Hello, hello everyone. Sorry, confused myself. I was like, where's my chat and everything? I was on the screen share rather than the camera, which is why I was so zoomed in as well. There we go. Welcome in everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to another live. Sorry for the tweaking. There we go. All in frame now. We're all good. Welcome Hannah, welcome Jasmine, welcome Bubble and Alexis, welcome Atlanta, Auntie Chris, welcome Jenny, welcome. Lovely to see you all. And yeah, it is another day. Oh, pardon me. I've just made myself a smoothie, so I kind of burped just then. Delish. But yeah, welcome back to another live stream. Feels like it's been a while, but it was Monday. It's just felt like a bit of a long week. Hi Marielle, and welcome Ada. Ooh, Jasmine's colouring in Luna tonight. Lovely stuff. I felt like doing something just chill and relaxing. Didn't have to think too hard, although I probably will think rather hard. So I decided to do my Matchstick Mouse seasonal buddy pages for the month. It has been the longest week ever. Yeah, so I did talk about this in my last stream. I had a wisdom tooth removed this week on Wednesday, so I've just been kind of resting and chilling since then for the last 2 days, and yeah, I will explain what went on during it once I get into colouring. I'll pick out some markers and then I'll colour and chat away, but yeah, I'll wait for people to come in first. Hi Anna, oh no Anna, just Anne. Hi Anne, and hi Dawn, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I just finished a quick title page. I fancied doing something quick and easy before stream, and I had like an hour, so I was like, ooh, let's do a little cheeky title page. So I'll show you what I did. Ooh, I took out jewellery box, as all I had to do was this little flower here, so I did that with the matching colours, and I also did this lion's head door knocker in a kind of silver metallic look using pencils. So yeah, all the title pages are done in this book now. Whoop whoop. How to watch you do these. Oh, hi Gibberlin, welcome, welcome, and hi Amanda. How to watch you do these without being influenced by you. Oh, yeah. I mean, be influenced away. If you. Also, the strawberry one, I think most of them are going to look pretty similar. I need more bookmarks. When will we have another marathon? I was thinking this month, but I've changed my mind. And this is something I will talk about. I think this month I'm going to do a day of Lulu Mayo. I was thinking about this last night watching Jennifer Told You Wood Colours live stream. She's doing 30 minutes of colouring Lulu Mayo every day. So I'm going to try and finish by 10:30 because that's when she goes live. But I was inspired by her. I was inspired by her for the Community Angel COVID Day as well. Except it took me a month. It took me a month to get to it. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing a day of Lulu Mayo. So that means the Bookmark Bonanza Part 2 will be pushed to July. But it's all good. I'm thinking of taking a week off in July, so it might be nice to do it during then. Maybe a couple of Bookmark Bonanza? No, let's not commit to too much yet. Oh, Adriana's colouring in Magical Dawn. Lovely stuff. Chat is filling up fast. It is indeed. We have to catch it tomorrow as I won't have to work. Nice, nice. Yeah, have you recovered from your live stream, Auntie Chris? Oh dear. I think the worst thing about live stream technical difficulties is you have no idea what causes them or how to fix it. Like, you don't change anything, you're just streaming as normal. What happened? I don't know. And that's the most annoying thing when you can't, there's no easy fix, there's no button you can press. But yeah, I think I'm going to start with this one. Or at least that's what I've put over here. Hi Amy, welcome. You're colouring in Romantic Country Tale 2 using 180 Brute Thin Oily Rounds. Nice, nice. I was going to colour in that today and then I didn't. I coloured in all sorts of different stuff. I did the Colouring the Year page for today. Happy Donut Day, everyone. I did not have a donut and it made me very sad whilst colouring all these donuts that we didn't have any donuts. But I did have a hot cross bun, you know, very seasonal. But I coloured that, and I also based the Dragon Spell page for this month because I just felt very inspired by it. And then I did those 2 little title pages from, what do you call it, Jewellery Box. Hello Millie, welcome in, and hi Penny, hope you're okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go into that once I start colouring. I just want to get my colours out, start colouring, and then I can chat away because, yeah, I have stories. I have stories. Right, so where's my swatch? Here it is. I was using you earlier today. Yeah, at the Holy Donut at 6 AM, donut day observed, obsessed with that Millie, respect. Love it. Right, for my straws. I'm actually thinking of basing them in like a very dark pink R160. So that I can get a bit of shadow and shade on it. I find red a hard colour to base with. Then I think I'll come over the top of the seeds with the Langro gel pen, just so I don't have to worry about going around all of them. Ugh, too much effort that. Way too much effort. Then I'm going to need a good green. What kind of green for strawberries? Hiya Nikki, welcome. Maybe... it's only just a base. I could darken it up with pencil shading, but I'm thinking... I don't know. I've got a bit of scrap here. Let's do some swatching. That's going to be for my straws. Hello Lou, welcome. Nice to see you. We do have a smoothie here. Delicious. And hello Tamara, welcome in. YouTube never notified me. Only 5 minutes late, so you're all good. You haven't missed much yet, just me welcoming everyone in. You don't need to have faith, it's okay to expect that Murphy's Law will happen, literally. Right, green, 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 green grass. Do, do, do. GY3? I think that one might be dying though. What the hell is it? There it is. Are you dead yet? It's got a tiny bit of life in it. Might be able to do a few leaves with it. Thanks Tamara. Oh my gosh, I was low-key tearing up just now. Just before stream I watched Jo at Piggy Pen's newest video and oh my god, she made me tear up crying because of the nice things she was saying about me, and then I choked on my own spit because Mr. Penn said that I sound like I grew up in a nunnery, and it just I was dead. I was like, what? Oh dear. I am feeling good. Thank you, Lou. I am feeling good. Very little pain, which is always good. Right, that's the green. I will grab my backup green. YG510. Is that it? Yep. Is that the same? It is, apparently. And then I want some kind of lightish pink for the flowers. This bit peachy looking, that. I saw that she did a video but I haven't seen it yet. Oh, it's a great one. She goes through her 10 most comforting YouTube creators, and it was such a good watch, and I'm definitely going to be doing my own and putting my own spin on it. Just spit iced coffee from my nose, literally. I choked on my own spit. Luckily I wasn't drinking anything at the time because I was like expect the worst, so anything above the worst is better. ADL is a nickname a former supervisor gave me, so feel free to use it. It's in the airport code, love that. Right, so I've got green. I don't like that pink, I'm not going to use that pink. Let's try... yeah, that's better. book is that? I don't recall seeing. I'll go grab it now. It is listed up here. Ta-da! Matchstick Mouse cookbook, and I did have to make the font a bit smaller than usual just because it's a long title. I usually abbreviate my Matchstick Mouse books to MM just for ease. Right, I don't know what colour I'm going to do the background yet, but I think I might start with this. Let's grab G190 as well. Where is it? There it is. A bit darker. Ooh, that is definitely dead. Just for the bushes. 12611. There it is. Lovely. Right. Let's get colouring. Yeah, I always have what medium I'm using and the book I'm colouring up there in case anyone joins in late, and easy to spot. Hello, welcome in, April. I remember struggling with your name last time. I was like, I am April. Welcome, thanks for lurking. Back now, the cat opened the nearly 4 kilogram bag of dehydrated dog food, found the dog nose deep to sort it all out. That's the sort of cheeky things cats do. Do something naughty to make the dog look bad. I've seen videos of it, it's funny. Oh, your copy of A Million Dragons arrived today. Amazing. Love it. It's such a good book. So, yeah, my week. So, I had my wisdom tooth out on Wednesday. What time is it? Yeah. Just double checking I had my backing sheet on the right place. Usually always do, but I always like to double check. So, yeah, I went to... it wasn't the dentist that I had it done. I had it done at this... it's like surgical centre in the town, one town over from me. And my dad said he would take me because for his job he travels to different GP surgeries in the area as an IT technician. So he was like, oh, I can do some bits in that town and whilst you're getting your tooth extracted. So it worked out pretty well for us. Could claim his mileage back as well. So yeah, I got in there. Sat down and got called in pretty much instantly, which I was not expecting. I was expecting to settle in and wait for like 20 minutes, but no, like 2 minutes later, got called in. They did the whole like date of birth, allergies, all that checks. And then they were like, where's your x-ray? And I was like, oh, I didn't get one when I came here last, and the one that the dentist did was probably over a year old now. Oh, hi Deborah, welcome. Do my nut journal, then I can colour. Nice. Didn't consider my username before I came out of my lurkdom. Sorry about that. It's April. No worries. I'll become more attuned to it the more I see it. But yeah, no, thank you for being here, April. Oh, you got a channel. Oh, I need to check you out. There you go. Done this. Oh, not the same. Different April. 2 Aprils. Okay, no worries. So yeah, I had to go and get an x-ray, which was the type of x-ray where you've got to stand up, bite onto this little bite plate, and then the thing comes around you. And I've had that done once before when I was about 9 years old and when I started my orthodontist treatment. Because, fun fact, I had an insanely large overbite when I was little. So big that literally 4 fingers could fit in it. It was massive. I couldn't close my mouth without my upper teeth showing. Huge overbite. And I remember doing that x-ray when I was a child and it being so painful to bite my top and bottom teeth together because it was so misaligned, my jaw, that it was so painful to get my teeth attached. And now, easy peasy. What was I even complaining about then? No, but I had sort of... I didn't have any surgery or anything for that. I just had braces treatment that realigned my bite and then realigned the teeth. So yeah, had to go get the x-ray done. Probably spent longer doing the x-ray than I did in the extraction, actually. That was very quick. Went into the little theatre for the extraction. Huge room for just me being in a tiny bed in the centre. I felt very intimidated. But oh my gosh, the team was so lovely. I opened my mouth for them to, you know, put the numbing in to do the injection for the local anaesthetic. And they go, oh my gosh, you've got a 9th tooth. And I was like, am I? And they were like, you've got a 9th tooth, because usually you have 8. But they were like, no, you've got a 9th one as well. And I was like, I feel special. I couldn't believe it. Hiya, Paulina, welcome in. Hate those, the x-ray never comes out clearly on the first try for me. Yeah, I remember when I was little and having it done, it was so shaky because I was just like trying to bite onto it and my head was trembling and I had to stay still for, I think it was 15 seconds, and it was horrific. This one was much quicker. Technology is probably advanced now, but it definitely wasn't 15 seconds. Or maybe they only did, I think they only did 1/2, whereas when I had it as a kid it was the whole way round, so yeah, that probably explains why. But yeah, had the x-ray done and they were like, oh my gosh, you've got a 9th tooth, I've got a bonus tooth. And they were like, so that's the one that's causing you the problems, the one that's growing out the side of my mouth. We could just remove that, or we can remove them both, like 8 and 9. And I was like, just take them both, I don't care. I was just like, I'm here, I was expecting that one to go, just take them both. They did the injection, and I am not someone that screams out in pain very often, but that did make me go ow. And right at the end of the extraction as well, literally the final bit, it must have been just like that kind of pressure release or something, I went ah, and they were like, it's all done, we just need to fish the tooth out now, you're all good, well done. They sat me up, well, I sat up because it finished. And they were so excited, they were like, oh my gosh, it's a little baby tooth! Your 9th tooth is so tiny! And I was like, I felt a bit woozy. And they look at me and they are like, are you okay? You look very white. And I was like, yeah, I don't feel good. And they go, are you feeling faint? Have you felt faint before? And I was like, yeah. So they just put me back, tilted me back. I had one of the nurses fanning me with a clipboard. And I was like, thank you. Felt much better, like literally a couple of minutes just laying back and I was fine. I do have a tendency to feel faint after things, kind of randomly, not every time, but sometimes. The first 3 times I donated blood I felt quite faint after it, and then I think my body just got kind of used to it. But yeah, the extraction itself was honestly more painful than I expected. It really hurt. I was there thinking, oh, it'll just be a little pinch, you know, I've done injections before. Oh, this was it wasn't just the pinch, it was, I could feel the numbing going in and it like sent shockwaves down my mouth and I was like, ah. That was kind of the thing that really hurt. And then obviously like the tooth coming out, yeah, a lot of pressure. There were like lots of pressure, and I was like, you weren't kidding. There was a lot of pressure. I knew there would be pressure. But, so I felt a bit faint after, then I was fine. And then they were like, do you want to take your teeth home? They were like, we're not usually allowed to do this. But you're so rare, you had a 9th tooth. I've got it here next to me if you want to see it. It's really funny. I wasn't expecting it to look like that. Hi Vera, welcome. Hate those. Oh yeah, panoramic, had to get one to get your wisdom teeth removed, yeah. Hi Amanda, and hi Pauline. Hoping you're alive, yes. So yeah, they gave me, I'm not supposed to have this, they were like, we're not supposed to give it to you, but you're really special. I was like, I feel special. But it's funny that the little tiny baby one was the one that was causing me the grief because it was growing out the side of my mouth. And I did have a feeling something weird was happening because it did feel like something was growing down and something was growing out. Show the tooth. Okay, I will, if anyone doesn't want to see it, I will tell you to look away. Let me just get it out ready. Alright, if you want to look away now and I'll tell you when it's safe. But here's my teeth. Here's the wisdom tooth, number 8, and here's my little baby 9. Oh my gosh, it looks crazy. So it was growing out kind of like that from the side of my face. It's crazy how tiny it is. So I could see why they were so excited, because they used to teeth this size, and the little baby. Yeah, it's funny. So yeah, now I've got some teeth that I can, I don't know, bring out for special occasions. Literally the baby. I didn't expect, like, I knew the root would be long, but this root looks weird. I didn't expect it to look like that. Yeah, this was the one that was growing out the side of my face and would dig into my cheek, and I'd get food all stuck in it, so thank God that's gone. Right, you can look back now if you wanted to look away. Both my wisdom teeth grew sideways, yeah. Yeah, it is a party trick. And oh, it's been so nice. And since then, honestly, had no pain. It was very achy, tender, like with the, weirdly, I felt worse with the numbing still active than since it's not been going. I've been taking ibuprofen pretty regularly, but I haven't felt the need to be taking painkillers every 4 hours or whatever. Yeah, so that's my story. That's my story. It was no baby yet. Wait, is it a remaining baby tooth or an extra adult? It's an extra adult. It's a bonus tooth. You usually have, oh my gosh, this marker is so much darker. Have I got the wrong one? I think I've got the wrong one. Dang it. It was so small it didn't show up on the x-ray properly, so they weren't expecting it. So when it came out, they were like, oh my gosh. This just looks darker because it's more juicy now. I just got here and I see teeth. Then my wisdom teeth that got extracted with my bonus tooth. Yeah, so the big one is number 8, so that's generally your wisdom tooth, apparently. And then number 9 was my bonus growing out the side of my face. This is what everyone was concerned about in telling stories of teeth extraction before you procedure, literally. Yeah, it hurt a lot. I kind of wasn't expecting it to hurt as much as it did, but it did. But I'm very much the believer that you can go through pain for 10 seconds, and that was pretty much all it was. You could do anything for 10 seconds. So, it's fine. I'm not going to hurry back to get any others. Jess, are you wearing a sweater? Yes, I am. Unless it's boiling hot, I am wearing a jumper. But welcome in, Hannah. Joining in on the teeth. Fix by doing 2 or 3 of the leaves the same colour. Yeah, I'm just going to probably go over it all. And well, it's just a base, so it's fine. But yeah, no, sister still hasn't had a baby. My mum, every time her phone rings, she's like, oh, is it my sister? And I'm like, oh, is it my sister? Is it the baby? No, it's not. It's my nan saying, have you heard anything yet? I was like, leave me alone. I will tell you when she's had the baby. I keep thinking, you're her telling me she's having the baby. And I asked Mum the other day, she was like, oh yeah, I've told your sister that she's got to call us when she, like, starts going into labour. Rather than, you know, poop, there's a baby. This is why people get put out. Yeah, I don't know if I would want to get put out though. Like, that just seems like too much effort for what it's worth. Like, it's such a quick thing. Like, I can cope with a bit of pain for a little while. It's fine. I'm the same person as Hannah Renee Art. I just changed my channel name. Oh, nice. Welcome, welcome, Hannah. Yeah, I mean, it says, my laptop says 16 degrees today, so it's not cold. It's quite nice, but I like a jumper. I mean, I say it's not cold. For me, it's cold, too cold to have my arms out. Yeah, the temperature dropped right back down in the UK again. Well, not right down. We had quite a few thunderstorms and things like that. Had to be put out with my last wisdom tooth. It was growing sideways in my gums and under 3 other teeth. Ooh, ouch. Ouchie. When I was sort of waiting to get given my painkillers and mouthwash, and he was like, "So are you going to come back for the other side?" And I was like, "No, I ain't coming back if I can help it. I am done." Yeah, that was the only one that was causing me grief. Like just a little bit achy over that side of my mouth, but not painful at all. "27 here in Quebec." Ooh, yeah, much nicer there. I think it's going to increase in temperature next week again. But yeah, unless it's like insanely hot, like late 20s, 30 degrees, I'm in a jumper. I like jumpers, okay? They're comfy. There we go, that's matching now. Oh my god, there's like the teeniest, tiniest ladybird on there. 88 degrees here in Kansas, hot. Hate summer here any time of year. Once I came to my hubby, he said I was cranky as I had the best sleep I had in a long time. Oh bless. Second one here, but very, very muggy. Yeah, it's been very muggy here too. But it's always humid here. It's the UK. It's always humid. Even when it's cold, it's humid. Of course I could live in the North Pole and my hot flashes would actually melt all the damn snow. You could, but no thanks. I hate the cold. As much as I hate the hot, I hate the cold. I don't know what I hate more. I do feel like it's easier to change your temperature when you're cold compared to hot. But other than that, Let's kind of separate this smoothie. Give it a mix. "75-ish here in humid." R.I.P. polar bears, literally. I know, I think most people would rather it be cold, whereas I'm like, no thanks. But I don't want it to be hot either. I'm very much a Goldilocks type person. It's got to be just right. This is why I like spring. Oh, you got kicked off. Ah, must be a connection, because I haven't done anything, Dawn. Don't know why that happened. Good to see you back. Classic YouTube having their funny 5 minutes. Ooh, I just remembered. I was going to do something else on stream tonight. Let me get this basing done and then... yeah, I think it'll be good to do it whilst I do my pencil shading. I've got... bingo bingo to do. I was going to do this Monday, and then I finished streaming on Monday, and I realised, dang it, I've completely forgot. But I've got this bingo, Colouring Sins bingo. This was created by Adele, I think. That's where I got it from. But yeah, I'll be doing that once I do the pencil shading. Right, I want to grab a brown for this harness, I think. And then I'm thinking pink for the background. I just like pink and red. That would kick me off. North Pole, I made all the snow melt, literally. I'd rather cold not come with 3 feet of snow. I like warm, but I get cranky when it's too humid. Can't draw a full breath. I get that. Or Adele, who isn't here tonight, she had to travel for work. Yeah, I was like, I don't think she's here, but yeah, gonna do it. Now I remembered. I will reference the video to her. So I'm late to the party. Other half has just got lost playing an Xbox. Welcome in, Helen. Lovely to see you. Right, brown I want. Let's go. 66. Which is in this drawer somewhere, I think. Should be. Where is it? Maybe it isn't. So there it is. E66. And hello, Jana. Welcome in. Lovely to see you. You missed out on my teeth. You missed seeing my teeth. Gotta go, migraine hitting. Take care, Vera. Have a good rest, lovely. And I'll do those grey. Oh, why is it so hard to read? You have to retell the story now. You can go back. Basically, had the wisdom tooth extracted, there's a bonus 9th tooth, which is a little baby tooth. If you want to scrub back in the stream, feel free. Well, I'm not going to get them out again. Swatching whilst I watch. Swatching and watching, love it. Alright, then I'm going to use this same pink, which is going to look like it's blending into the flowers a bit, but it'll be fine. Right, I need to get a fresh one. What is this? YR030, YR. Go. Literally bonus tooth. The people in the operating team, feels a bit serious, but that's literally what they were. They were so excited. They were like, oh, there's another tooth, oh my gosh. I just went, I feel special. They're like, you never see this, it's very rare. There be no worries. They always say you have a boring life, little did you know, sneaky tooth. I mean, I always knew I had a weird tooth growing out the side of my face. I didn't realise it was a bonus tooth. We did not plan for the same for this page. Crisis averted. Well, was that on your bingo just as a pink background? Because it should have been. Kimberlyn before stream said she's made a bingo for my stream tonight. Have you crossed any off yet? I'm interested to hear. She wouldn't tell me any of them, so I wouldn't be influenced in my stream. But I'm so interested to hear what they are after. got lost in RJ and alcohol markers. Good job I read the markers. I mean, hey, nothing wrong with getting lost in RJ and alcohol. No shame. Welcome, Ada. Glad you're doing well. I am, yeah. Nope. 4. Ooh. Why is colouring in the margins always so hard? Ugh, I hate the crease. Hate the crease. Always looks janky. And I hate colouring off the page as well. Ugh. Like, give me a page like this where everything's in the middle. Beautiful. Easy. No complaints. Honestly, I think the worst thing about the extraction is this bloody mouthwash I've got to have now. I've got, it's called hydroxyline. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting what it's called. But it is so strong and minty, and I hate mint. Chlorhexidine is what it's called, because I've been Googling about it, and oh! I'm getting a little bit more used to it, but I've done it 3 times now. I've got to do it twice a day. It's like an antiseptic thing. Pauline, you did that as I was having a drink. Showing her teeth, she gets her teeth out. 2 things have happened that I should have put on the bingo card and didn't. Well, there's always next time, eh, Kimberlyn? Oh dear. That would have been the wild card. She gets her teeth out. You know what? I can actually not my teeth again. Yeah, it's so I don't get a infection. Yeah, I will keep it. And the more I do it, the more used I'll get to it. But I just hate mint. Ugh. And you can't water it down or anything because it will make it less effective. Stuff is disgusting. I use that when my resistance is low. Ugh. Yeah, it is bad. And I think the worst thing about it is that you can't rinse after, so I can't even just get rid of that sort of strong aftertaste. I've got to just let it sit in my mouth. Ugh. On my tongue. It is not nice. Right, where is this picture that I sent? So for all those interested, this is the closest you get into a face reveal from me. This was the tooth, the bonus baby tooth that was digging into the side of my cheek for over 2 years now. I showed this to Kimberly and she was like, get it out! So yeah, that's what I had removed, plus the wisdom tooth next to it. I don't know if that's that one. Probably. That one also got removed. It hurt. Well, it didn't hurt. It didn't really hurt. It was just annoying more than anything. It food just got trapped in it, especially if I ate something like an apple or something kind of bitty, if that makes sense. Or like crisps or something. Yeah, she said, nope, that has to go. Didn't really pay attention to what you were colouring until the last minute, or I might have put Pink Sky on there. There you go. Pink Sky definitely should have been. I'm a little bit obsessed. Yeah, it hurt when I sort of like poked my cheek. I mean, it does feel strange, but that's more the fact that it's healing. But I think it's gonna, yeah, it feels weird to sort of move my tongue and not feel it sticking out the side of my face anymore. I've got to use the mouthwash for a week. So, ugh, I've got like 14 more doses to go. No, less than that. Hello, Becky. Having a peace in a crazy world. Welcome in. Ouch, I'm kind of ill, literally. The funny thing is, like, no one realised it was there until I pointed out to them. Because I went to the dentist for the first time in years. I know, bad. And I was like, I've got this wisdom tooth growing. and it's causing me some problems. And the guy was like, oh, we used to take them out all the time, but now we tend to leave them in, and we just, if you get an infection, we treat it, get an infection, treat it. And I was like, but it's growing out the side of my face. And he was like, let me have a look. And he goes, oh yeah, that's more trouble than it's worth, we'll whip that out. And then it took over a year for me to actually get the appointment because the referral didn't go through, and yeah, I was pretty good in terms of anxiety. Like, I've never been one that's scared of the dentist, and I think it's because as a child I never had any problems with my teeth. Whereas I feel like if you had, and I was quite used to being sort of someone getting up all in my mouth. It sounds really weird, but I was used to I had orthodontist treatment, so every month I would go there and someone would be rummaging around in my mouth, not doing like anything painful or anything like that. I mean, I suppose braces are a little bit painful, but I think because of that I've never really had a fear of the dentist, even as a kid, because I never had any problems really. I just was like, yeah, whatever. And when I had to go get the x-ray done, the technicians were like, how are you feeling? And I was like, I'm good. I'm going in with such a positive mindset, because what else can I do? And they were like, yes. Right, so I need to get Van Dyke Brown, Nougat, Cinnamon and Beige Red. Let's keep moving on to the pencils. Every time you say growing out the side of my face, I imagine a tooth growing out the side of your actual face. That's what it felt like. Dentist isn't my favourite either. I have trouble getting numb, so I feel everything. It's always a bad experience for me. Yeah, I kind of felt it when it was happening. She put the numbing in and was like poking around. She goes, do you feel that? And I was like, yeah. The last one, and I was like, no, like the middle one. And she just kind of carried on. But it was fine. Having braces is why I hate dentists. Also, fair enough. Just ate a full bag of cinnamon bun flips. Oh my gosh, I love flips. I haven't had flips for ages. And I still won't be able to have them because they're crunchy. I can't have crunchy foods. I'm going to miss my crisps. I like crisps with my sandwich. I'm going to miss them. Can't have them for a week. But flips. Oh, flips. Pretzels. Little pretzels covered in chocolate. So I'm assuming it's like a cinnamon bun flavoured chocolate coating. They're really good. Chocolate covered pretzels. Genuinely, I don't think I've ever had just a few flips. It's always been the whole bag. Always. Seems like the subject of a Mythagoria page. Yeah, just the tooth growing out the side. Should recommend that. Great subject. Hate the feeling of having the mould plate pushed up into the gag point. Oh, yeah. See, that was another thing I got used to. My mum can't have moulds like that because she has such a bad gag reflex. Probably TMI, but she can't do it. I was like, guess what I had today, Mum? A mould of my teeth. Flips are amazing. Yeah, you can't have a sandwich without a bag of crisps. Yeah, and I'm going to have to. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. So I can't have my apple. I can't have my daily apple. Apple and crisps I'd have for lunch every day for ages. I've got to have something different. Right, pencils. What did I say? Nougat, Van Dyke, cinnamon, and beige red. And yeah, the X-ray technicians was like, "Oh, have you got yourself a nice treat for tonight?" And I said, "Oh, I got myself some sorbet." And she goes, "Which flavour? Mango?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, always mango, my favourite." I've not been eating my Cheerios, and that's another thing I'm missing. So much. I didn't realise how crunchy my diet was. Turns out it's quite crunchy. I'll probably wait another day, maybe two, before I have my Cheerios again, because just to be on the safe side. But I've been having porridge instead, which honestly I've been loving, because Mum and Dad have porridge every single day. So I've been having porridge, a bit of golden syrup, some strawberries on top, lovely stuff. Mango sorbet is the best. Yeah, I had half the tub the first night and half the tub last night. I kind of do. For breakfast, I've had the same thing every day for, I want to say well over 6 years, 7 years. It was before I went to uni, that's for sure. It's been a while, but I'll change it. If I get bored of it, I'll just change up the toppings. So I always put something on top. During the winter it's usually dried apricots and raisins because none of the fruit's in season, but when it comes to summer I go like strawberries, do raspberries, sometimes I like grapes. Do you have a set palette for Matchstick Mouse herself? Yeah, so I've gone through and based her almost everywhere. My alcohol marker did run out. I do have a replacement now that I could finish it off. If I have spare time I might do that tonight. And then in this book I'm using polychromos. So the alcohol marker is the Ohuhu old numbers YR209, and then Van Dyke Brown and Nougat. And then for her ears and tails and whatnot is E020, and that's cinnamon and beige red. So yeah, Cheerios I have every day. And then lunch, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with lunch. Mainly I just hate lunch. I would skip it if I could, because I don't like having to make it, but I get the shakes. My body tells me like, you need to eat, love. So at the moment my obsession is an egg mayo roll with crisps. I do like crisps with my sandwich, but I'll go through different phases. Before I was having a ham and cheese roll with crisps and I got sick of the ham and cheese. It started tasting weird to me. I just decided one day I got off it. I was really obsessed a few months ago with tomato soup and a pork pie. Quite random. But yeah, I would eat that every day, and then just one day I started eating the pork pie and I was like, I don't like this anymore. I think this is the kind of autistic side of me kind of coming out, the fact that I'll go through my phases and suddenly one day I'll get the ick and I don't like it anymore. But it's because I go into obsessions. I'll have the same thing every day for months and then I'll get sick of it one day. And I'll go to my mum like, wonder when I'm going to get sick of this. She goes, I've noticed you've had a new obsession, eh? No dinner leftovers? Not really, no. Yes, crisps equals chips, but your chips, but what you call chips, what we call chips, you call fries. But we also call them fries, but skinny fries, chunky chips. Crisps that you snack on in a packet. Yeah, so I say crisps, you say chips. I say chips, you say fries. You say fries, I also sometimes say fries. Do I have autism? Most likely, but I haven't bothered getting tested. I tried to go through the ADHD assessment. Well, I did go through it, and they said, you've got symptoms, but not enough to be diagnosed. And I was like, brilliant. What a waste of my life. So it's probably the same with autism. Like, I've got symptoms, but not enough for them to care much, really. Yes, cookies are biscuits, but we also have cookies, but cookies are different. Cookies are big, they're chunky, they're soft, whereas biscuits are hard and crunchy, and you get it in a packet, like a long tube packet. That's a biscuit. Whereas a cookie, you'd get like fresh, or it would be like chocolate chip cookie, lemon and blueberry. Just so you know, I know. Yeah. And the same with food. I think no, but I'm not an expert. I've definitely got symptoms, but yeah, I don't think enough for it to matter. Doing the Tiger and RJ Cozy book. I know you did it as well. Can't decide if I should shade it with pencils or not. Did you shade yours? I did not. Let me grab it. Ooh, creaky chair. Promise I'm not making weird noises, although I do. Oreos. Yeah, I'd call them a biscuit. Tiger. Oh yeah, this was I did it in 5 minutes, so definitely didn't have time for pencil shading. Yeah, honestly, I think this is the best one I did of the day in terms of like a time challenge. Can't believe I did that in 5 minutes. I even did highlights. Very impressed. And I mean, there are bits where I went outside the lines, but honestly, I go outside the lines just normally without rushing myself. Yeah, this was fun. It's a good book to do for time challenges. Actually, no, this is my best. This was also 5 minutes. I like how that turned out. Even more. Honestly, if I did all these pages in 5 minutes, I'd have this book done in how long? 5, 10, 50, 20, done that one, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, done that one, 55, 60, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, so that's 2 hours, 5, 10, 15, 20, 2 hours 20 minutes. I mean, it would probably be like double that time because you got to pick markers and that takes 5 minutes. Probably takes longer to pick the markers than it does to actually colour those pages. But it's something that was another day-long live stream idea I had, was to buy the printable of Awake, considering I don't have that book, and then it means that I can do it again. I could do it again like normally if I want to, and just print them out, do them like 2 to a page, maybe even 4 to a page. Nah, 2 to a page. Yeah, that'll be fine. Back, sorry, past 3 days have been nothing but doctors calling me for hubby and several appointments. No worries tomorrow. American biscuits are more like scones here. Yeah, I think so, from what I've seen online. Tiger doesn't have any trees or butterflies or extra stuff like most of those other pages. It's kind of why I picked it. I mean, I don't think I could necessarily do them all, but I could definitely finish that in a day, maybe half a day, if I really put my mind to it. But I thought it'd be a fun challenge. Right, what now? I need greens, that's what I need. Permanent green and cross green. They do not have the same texture. Oh, scones and biscuits. Fair enough. Hi Mimi, welcome. Dog is demanding I be seen by a haematology ASAP, but they can't get me until January 2027. Well, can he pull strings to get you in more ASAP? Like, if he contacts people, will it more likely to happen? I don't know. But yeah, it seems silly to say you need it ASAP, but 8 months wait. Right, now, whilst I'm doing the pencil shading here, I'm going to be reading the Colouring Sins Bingo. No, he wants me to do it all, but how can you? My doctor is telling me to demand they see me sooner, and I'm like, you want me seen, you call them up to set the time. Yeah, like, you've got power. I'm just a person here. And at the end of the day, like, you know the people booking the appointments, they would book you in earlier if they could. But if it's a doctor calling, then they're more likely to get you seen when they want you to be seen. Doing the Awake version, I've decided. No shading, but I will add a background. It needs something. Nice, Ada. Right. So, going through these one at a time. I don't think you can read them, but I'll read them out. Colouring Sins Bingo. Going on a no-buy and immediately buying more books / supplies. See, this was something I have done the... What was the tag called? The red flags tag. I have filmed that and it's going to come out tomorrow actually. So be on the lookout for that. But that was one that came up in that. And I never go on no-buys. But I definitely say I'm going to try and limit my buys. And yeah, if you want to go back through and watch my hauls and take a shot every time I say this will be the last haul you see for a couple of months, and then the next month you see another haul that's twice as big. That's definitely true. So I'd say that probably does apply to me. I'm just going to use a highlighter here. Cross that one off. Which Matchstick Mouse book? Shopping on Amazon for a Matchstick Mouse book, but they're 17. Anyone have a suggestion where I should start? Mimi, I suggest my own video. Because because why wouldn't I? But check out, search on YouTube, because I think a couple of other people have done it, Matchstick Mouse rank and rate, or Morgan O'Brien rank and rate, or Morgan O'Brien collection, and you'll be able to see all of them and see which ones strike your fancy the most. They are all cute, picked based on topic, yeah. Personally, I think his more recent ones are my favourites, because I think he's become more, I don't know, refined as an artist now. Not that he wasn't before, but they're a lot more simplistic. If I grab Autumn, for an example, that's the oldest one I have. The line work's much thicker. Let me go to a uncoloured page here. The line work's much thicker, there's a lot less detail, so if you prefer more detail and interesting scenes, go for one of the later ones, whereas if you do prefer the more simplistic line style, autumn, summer, spring, those are the older ones, Halloween, Christmas, yeah, a lot more simplistic. My personal favourite is the adventure one. Put it in search and you popped up first. Lovely stuff. What was the first sin? It was going on a no-buy and immediately buying more books / supplies. Definitely true. I don't do no-buys, I'm no good with them. Also, where's the fun in that? Yeah, exactly. I will say that I'm going to limit or I'm going to reduce, but a no-buy, I just think it's unrealistic, to be honest. Yes, he does have a Ko-fi store and he has lots of freebies. Lots of freebies on his Ko-fi. So if you want to test it out to see if it's your style, you can download them there. His books are also super cheap. I think they're €4 for the full book that you can print yourself. So if you hate Amazon paper, I personally don't mind it for Matchstick Mouse. I think the pages are simplistic enough that it's okay to have the this paper. I can work with it. I like challenging myself to have a different colour palette for Matchstick Mouse in each book, but then keep her the same within that book. So for example here I'm using Polychromos, another book I've got Arteza, Artex, Black Widows, Prismacolor. I've gone on a low buy and broken it, so I'm counting it, yeah. Doing a no buy June, tried a no buy, it doesn't work for me at all. I think it's hard to say no buy when you get all these books being released. Some people do have self-restraint, and well done to you. I don't. If I see something I like, I'm just going to get it. Well, I'm not even like that. I don't just immediately get it. I do think about my purchases. I did almost do 2 purchases this last week when I needed a bit. Like Wednesday I was like, oh, not feeling good, and ooh, let's go on Lyrica. And I was like, no, just wait. So I was kind of just doing it on impulse, and that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to do impulse buys. Annie Day looks great. I'm probably going to go for that first one from Morgan. Oh, I love Annie Day. I love her just as much as Matchstick Mouse, but I don't give her enough love. I really want a spring and a summer Annie Day. Please, Morgan. I'm trying to pace myself this year. Wouldn't do a no-buy, but I got 30 books in May. It's hard. It ebbs and flows. And when you're building your collection, you do have some months which you get a lot. Like say you got some money for your birthday, or a gift card to spend, or a book just got released from a certain site, so you think you might as well bulk that up by getting some more books at the same time. And it all just kind of spirals from there. I'm also grabbing out Ivory. I need to get a new one. I think that'll be... This is my 3rd. So I'll be on my 4th Ivory pencil. But I don't have a spare one right now. I did a no-buy close year once and did it, but I can't with my colouring. Yeah, I'd agree on that. Yeah, massive bundle for cheap on Vinted. Cool. If Vinted existed when I first started colouring, my collection would have ballooned a lot quicker than it did. And seeing people's hauls is dangerous business. It is. And I think it's also hard, like, seeing other people's collections when they've been collecting for years and you've just started. It makes you feel like, oh, I'm so behind, I need to get this and this and this. But you will get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm happy with what I have in my collection. I don't see myself getting anything older now. That's the point I'm at. It tends to be new releases that I get. Every now and then I'll get some older books as well. Like an artist suddenly just piques my interest. Okay, so that's the first one. Second one, 100 plus books. We don't even need to discuss that. I don't know if I've said it recently. Let's play a guessing game. How many books have I got? I think I did say it on a recent stream, so if you know, don't say, but give a guess. It's always fun to guess. Hello Lucy, lurking at the gym. Lovely stuff. There's absolutely something about that retail therapy. When I'm sad or a hard week, I immediately want to go purchase something. I usually stop myself, but not always. And you know what? There is nothing wrong with giving yourself a little serotonin boost. And it really is. Like, the ordering gives you a serotonin boost. Seeing it's been shipped gives you a serotonin boost. Getting it delivered, serotonin boost. Flipping through the new book, another like, it really does make you feel happier. It really, really does. And I think there's no shame with that. Well, there shouldn't be shame with that. Stop watching hauls. That's fair enough. I've done that in the past where I just didn't want to watch it. You're at the dangerous 98. I'm guessing you have 265. Paulina, I went over 300 quite a while ago. People are guessing based on what they heard last stream. I call foul. I mean, someone here has got it right, I will say. Yeah, and I will also say I reached over 300 a few months ago. I think it was in March or February. Yeah, sure, Jess said 300 something. Yeah, I did say it recently because I think someone asked. But yeah, congrats, Hannah. You got it right. 320 exactly. Is it just me, or do you love it when your collection's a nice round number like that? There's nothing I hate more than my collection being 317. Oh, disgusting. 319. Disgusting. Oh, get another one. Get another one already. I don't like odd numbers unless it's a multiple of 5. I'm a little bit... Odd numbers are awful. Hate them. Or my volume has to be on an even number. Can't do odd numbers. Way off then, yeah. Bought 50 books in April and 79 in May. It's a lot, but I'm new to colouring and I've been building my collection, and no shame in that. Building a collection, that's absolutely fine. And just because you're getting them in 2 months rather than over 8 months, why does it matter? It doesn't. Right, just grabbing burnt and over a sec for this thing. I've also, I think this might be a colour and chat future topic of conversation about why do we care how many books we have? Why does it matter? Why do we feel shame? Why do we go, I have, oh my gosh, 320, I can't believe it. Like, because I do it. I do it. We all do it. Because I've seen other people's videos. Why do we feel shame? Why does it matter? I count because I like statistics. I just find them interesting. And I like tracking things. But I don't actually care. I want to do a similar topic about, like, why do we care about whips? Some people just hate having whips as, like, a personal thing. Like, they can't move on until they've finished the... I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people like me who will start whips, abandon them, don't even care about it. But we still care about having a whip and we want to finish it. That's another topic. You're getting a little preview into some future colouring chats. Because we need the trees for oxygen. I mean, yes, but also no. I just... There's more things out there that's taken away our trees than us getting colouring books. Just scrolling and saw the actor that plays Giles and Buffy died. Oh. No one cares how many books anyone else does, and if they do, they need to get a life, literally. Pretty sure I have close to 475-ish. Fair enough. Oh, Lucy, you're the opposite. You like odd numbers. Ugh, you're nasty. I'm joking. Oh, you disturb me, Lucy. Oh dear. It's funny though. It's funny. Everyone likes their different things. No one cares. Oh yeah, read that. Only problem has been finding room for them all. Very true. Very true. About 230. A question for everyone. My son got me a $100 Amazon gift card. I need some watercolour pencils. My question, and I'm new to all of this, but do I get a more expensive set and get less, or are there good cheaper ones? The expensive ones I get way less. Yeah. I was considering, and I was very close actually to buying the I think it was the Arteza watercolour pencils, and then I realised I really want to have pencils that are available open stock. That's something that's quite important to me now, as someone who has had pencil sets that aren't open stock, and then they get low, and then I avoid using that said pencil set because they're getting really low. So that's something that's important to me, but it might not be important to you. I think you can get good quality, cheaper ones. I think the Castle Art watercolour pencils are pretty good. Artex as well, maybe? I'm not sure. Because I was deliberating for a while, like, what watercolour, and I just ended up getting the Albrecht Duras, to be honest. I'll be honest, I just went for it. Because I couldn't decide, so I just got those. Hi Brittany, welcome. Oh, sorry your gut is hurting. Human nature is like that. Setting the alarm clock cannot be set at 38 minutes past. Fair enough. It's not a competition, it's interesting stuff to know about the kind of thing everyone likes. Absolutely. I was over 200 last year, but I'm not counting anymore. I don't care, they make me happy and are my therapy. Exactly, Nikki. No shame in it. Maybe with 100 I'd get a smaller set and build from there. Cheap watercolour pencils are not really worth it, more so than regular pencils in my opinion. Fair enough, Millie. I can't really give much of an opinion because I don't have any cheaper watercolour pencils. You could also do a colouring chat about AI in the colouring community. Oh, I could. But do I fancy being told to go touch grass again? Oh, sorry, I hit you with my bottle. Sorry. Yeah, I think that would be, I don't know, like, I'm happy to talk about it in streams, and I'm happy talking about how I personally use it, but I just don't want to get into that deep, I just don't feel like it. I'm sorry, but it's a good idea. I don't mind coming up with the topic on stream. Not that it, I just feel like when you put a full video out there, it's more likely to get picked up by people outside of the colouring community compared to on a stream. And not that I'm afraid of hate comments, like, bring them on, whatever. I don't know, I might be future down the line. Hi Emma, just popping in, babysitting tonight with my mum, lovely stuff. Need a proper count of mine, but I think I have about 85 to 90 and I only started in January. No idea how many I have. Does anyone else organise their pencils into colour families when swatching, or do they keep them in swatch order? Helen, no, not in swatch order. Swatch order, ew, gross, hate it. Colour family order all the way. I actually print out Colour with Claire's colour family chart, or example. Here are the chroma flays. So I'll print this out. I'll have this for about a week, and then I realise I want to do my own order, and I want it to be in this journal because I make these myself. And so, based on this, that will like springboard my decision on how I do my colour family order. Quite often, Claire will include browns at the end of yellows and oranges. I don't like that. I like all my browns to be together. So that's one of the changes I make. So Willow's over there rather than with them. I like my kind of skin tones to be with the peaches, or the pinks and the oranges, which sometimes she puts by the skins. I just make subtle, slight changes. Sometimes I don't separate them out into as many different colour family blocks. I'll just put them all together. So yeah, have to have it in colour family order. The order that the pencils give, ugh, it makes no sense, majority of them. Why can't they put it into a colour family order? I do not know. I keep in swatch order, but I wish companies organised them automatically into colour families. Literally, how hard is it for them? They know colours. Think we'll be roasted with AI as a subject? Yeah, I think so. I think a live discussion about AI would be better, a moderated discussion. But if we never discuss hard things, who are we? Yeah, I think it's something I might do, but right now, I don't feel like it. Slow with building my collection. I'm currently at 46. Sorry, Jess, it'll be 50 in a few days as I'm on the way. 46 is fine. I don't mind 46. 46 is... I prefer 45, actually, than 46. Oh wow, I'm so lazy. I just do it in swatch order unless I have the colour with Claire's colour family sheets. They are great. 100% recommend those. Hello, Amy. Welcome. Too lazy to reorganise my pencils into family order. Fair enough. We each have our own things. Not pressuring you. We all have discussed it before, yeah. And you guys know my thoughts. Again, it's not something we haven't discussed before. Right, I'm going to say the next one, and then I'm going to pop to the loo for a minute, so you can pop your answers into the chat whilst I go to the loo. But the next one is picking new pages before you finish current ones. Is that something you do? Spoiler alert, yes it is something I do. Right, I'm going to pop you on the Be Back Soon screen for just a minute, and then I will go to the toilet. Okay. Yes, Amy, I am doing the Colouring Sins bingo. If you go to add_the_colours on Instagram, Adele, she has this, kind of did it as like a way to get involved in the red flags tag if you didn't have a YouTube channel per se. But Yolanda did this on her stream the other night and it was really fun to kind of chat through the answers with her as she was colouring. I was saying I'm on a no buy and I'm tempted to buy a Drama Vanguard on Vinted instantly. I mean, Jenny, that is the sort of thing that if you see it, you gotta snap it because it will, like, it's a once in a blue moon listing. That's where I found mine. I kept checking Vinted. I think I was checking it pretty much every day for 6 months, and then one day it popped up and I got them. You just bought the Lango 288 acrylic marker set. The swatch order was ridiculous. It was like looking at a kaleidoscope. Honestly, what did I just get? The Lango Metallics. And it starts off, and the swatch order is okay. And then it goes downhill. That was a really weird goes. Where is my swatch? It's in this little book somewhere. Where are you? Here it is. So it starts off, and it's in a nice rainbow order, and then it goes, okay, purple, orange, red, pinks, browns, and then it goes like oranges, brown, and then it goes, okay, it ends with quite a nice order. So kind of just, something happened in the middle here. It was a really random order, and like, why does it go like a cyany colour, blue, green, back to blue? put it over there. How hard is it? But yeah, I like to swatch them all out in the numbers first so I can see them, and then I'll go about making my own swatch order and put it in my colour swatch book. Yeah, I just can't be bothered yet. I'll be honest. So much yes. Emma's a no. I do that. You're doing it right now. Love it, love it. Don't do whips either. Fair enough. I don't, but always after a few minutes I feel like starting a new page already. Etsy do some language swatch sheets. Like to have the few in progress and just cycle through them, but also sometimes I just decide I hate what I've done and put it away as a whip. Literally, Millie, yeah. I was being all organised, starting my Dragonspell page, and then I went and picked and started a Claire Roulette page, and then I went through a million dragons and picked a page. Yeah. Got to remember to check it every day for Saucier. Yeah, it's the sort of thing that you just got to keep checking. Keep checking every day, because one day it will pop up. Lots of bookmarks of my Myth of Books pages of that I want to do. Yeah. I may have ordered those Kimi Art metallics off Temu. Oh, they are great. I am so pleased with them, Amy. They are really nice. Saw them on Amazon for 40 and checked on Temu and they were 14. Yeah, I know where I'm buying them from because they're the exact same product. Speaking of balloon pies, I have the Kimi Art pens on the way now. Yeah. Oh, Anthony Head. Oh. I hate that I'm like this. I don't know the man, but I always cry like I've lost someone in my actual life. Oh gosh, yeah. Anthony Head was, oh, I do know the name. And I can't even think of what he was in. But I know exactly who he is. 5th of June. Oh, he died in Bath. Bit random. Yeah, Merlin. That's where I know him from. That was my show that introduced me to Anthony Head. Oh. Yeah, I never watched Buffy, I'm afraid. Anyone heard of Rubens watercolour pencils? I haven't. Now that Paulina is into the French books, I need her to be on the lookout, absolutely. That's how I felt when the purple one died, yeah. I think he might have even been in Bridgerton for all of 5 minutes. Yes, yes, he was, the grandparent of, the Sharmas, Kate Sharma. The one that refused to give them the dowry. Yes. I remember when he popped up, I was like, it's Uther Pendragon. So any time he pops up in something, I'm like, it's Uther Pendragon. Edwina's granddad, yeah. Is Bridgerton on that bingo? I don't think so. This is Colouring Sins. So, the one we were talking about before I went for a wee-wee was picking new pages before you finish current ones. Absolutely, all the time, on the daily. I am such a jumper. Jumper between pages, not... I also wear jumpers. Jumper in more senses than ones. I can't... It's rare for me to start a page and finish it all. Unless it's a simple one, like a Matchstick Mouse page. Highly likely that I base it, then I start and do something else. The other day I coloured one flower in the flower year. Wasn't feeling it, so I put it away and did something else. Or if I'll be colouring one thing and I'll be like, oh, I'm thinking of this book. Right, let's finish this element and I'll jump over to that book. Yeah, there's a reason I always have whips on the go, and it's because I'm constantly jumping between different pages. I think I should have done all of this bush. Is that going to look weird if I go over it with green? Ooh, I'll test it on here. Actually, it covers up pretty well. I think I'll do that. MJ died on my friend's birthday. Oh, new album coming out for Prince, yeah. I have 3 to go. 3 ones to go for Buddy Colours this month. Thanks for giving me the confidence. Yeah, It was funny. I was going through, so I go through all my project books, and I'm like, okay, who's the next one? Because in almost all my project books, I'll have a list of the names, and we just go down the list of names. This isn't a project book. I don't know why I'm looking in this one, but I'll have a list of names in it. And in literally every project book I have with Emma, it was Emma's turn to pick. I was going into the different groups. I was like, Emma, it's your turn to pick. Emma, it's yours. It's yours. It's yours. I've sent you an email of a better swatch order with numbers for the metallics. Hope you like it. Ooh, that'd be brilliant. Thank you, Rebecca. I will check that out later. So yeah, I think I can safely say absolutely I pick new pages before I finish current ones. Okay, buying an expensive colouring book, €30 over. Right, what's that in pounds? Let's do some conversions. €30 in pounds is £26. And let's do that into dollars as well for the Americans in chat. I think it's pretty comparable euros to dollars, aren't they? $34. Yeah, I've done that once. Only ever once bought a book over £25. And that is the Drum and Vanger. Actually, no. Actually, yeah. They were both £25 each. I bought them both for 26. Not 26. I bought them both for 50. Because I found this listing on Vinted. Originally, they were £40 each. And I was like, I am not paying £40 each for these books. So I was like, let's put in a very, very cheeky offer. And in my head I was like, I would happily go to £50 for the twos. But I thought, put in a cheeky offer because you never know. If you don't ask, you don't know. So I said, would you do both for 40? And they said, no, the lowest I'd do is 50. And I was like, brilliant, I'll take it. 50, let's go. And I remember waiting for them to accept the offer. And I'm pretty sure I got the notification that they accepted the offer whilst I was on stream, and I fully freaked out. I was so excited. So I was like, I know they said that they would accept it, but they haven't actually accepted it, and so what if someone else had already put an offer in, and so now mine has gone through, but no, it went through. I was so happy. So yeah, that's the only time, but I'm quite stingy. I know what books are worth, and I just refuse to pay more than it's worth a lot of the time. So, for example, Jo Piggy Pens, thank you, love. She said that someone was selling The Day We Finally Meet, this Korean book that it is my holy grail, and has been even more so than the Thomas Avtomit books. And I was like, oh, I think they were selling it for £60 or £50, and I was like, right, okay, let me think. What is the absolute most I would pay for this? And I was like, 30 for the one book, so £5 more than I did for the Thomas Avtomit ones each. And then I was like, at a push, if you included shipping with it all, 40-ish. So I was like, I just can't, because it was that much, and that was the base price, plus you had to pay for shipping, and I was just like, even though I am desperate for that book, I can't pay that much. And I knew that they wouldn't be up for offers because they said that they wanted what they paid for it, and so because of that, if they paid 50, they're going to want 50 back. Fair enough. Most I've spent on one book is £22. I want John Vanger, but I just can't pay that much. Yeah. Used to always be a person who had to finish a page before the next one, but now I'm starting to chop and change between books. Makes me feel like I get to enjoy the books more. Yeah. Because I think there's nothing worse than forcing yourself to finish a page that you're not feeling. If you leave it a week, often you come back and you feel much, much better. I don't think any of my colouring books have been more than £20. Yeah. I think I struggle to even pay more than about £15 for a book. There's only a few books that I've even got that are more than that. Probably the Christine Karen Artist Edition ones. I think the newer Hannah Cars and Maria Trolls, I think those are £16, £17. and the Emily Liedel Obergs. I'm not counting the like Amazon Japan and whatnots, but because they, in their totals, cost more. But more about like the raw book price. Yeah, I could never be someone who pays £50 for a book. Just no, I don't think any book is worth that much money, and that's just my opinion. Like, everyone's got different, what's the word I'm looking for? Different, like, thresholds for what they consider as value. And that's fine. Like, some people wouldn't spend more than 20 quid, and that's fair. Some people wouldn't spend more than about £10, and that's fair. Need to make a list of Holy Grail so we could be on the lookout for each other? Yeah. And the same at the end of the day, it's just a colouring book? Yeah, it's just paper. And I think, look, this at RRP was like £10, £15. You're charging triple that? Yes, I have plenty to colour as it is, absolutely. Recently bought the Croatian version of Dromavanger and Sprokius Boss. It's my biggest expense, and my postal service has lost them. No! Oh gosh, Deborah, I hope they can find it or reimburse you. God, that is the worst. I think I paid that much for Sea to Sky when it was on sale, and I've only coloured maybe 2 pictures in it. Yeah. I think a few mythographics were around $17.99, so that's probably the top price. Yeah. They send you books to the wrong address and they couldn't trace them. It's worse problems than I've ever had. Yeah, that is heartbreaking, that. It's very rare I'd pay £50, but if it completes a set like Romantic Country 3, I had to complete the set. That's fair enough, yeah. Like, there's certain books that you would pay a bit more for, and that's fair enough. I just think, I know if, for me, say I spent £50 on this book that I really want the day we finally meet, I'd be hesitant to colour in it. I would have this such high expectation of the book because I wanted it for so long. I paid so much money for it. I'd be too precious about it. And I don't want to be precious about my books. Like, yeah, I'm happy to pay a bit higher for a book that I really, really want that's hard to find. But other than that, no. Just no. It's all under investigation now, so who knows if I'll ever get them. No, Deborah. Ones I really want: Christine Karen, Jasmine Beckett, Fabiana, are more than $20 on Amazon US, and I can't bring myself to buy them. The first time, or when I got Wildflower Folk, that was like a proper treat to myself. I was really like hesitant to buy it for ages. And I don't know why, because I'd spent that much, probably, or equivalent to that, on Amazon Japan books before, but the fact that it was one book and it cost that much, it just felt like a lot. It felt not worth it to me. And I was like, you know what? I think I did a big order from Blackwell's or something like that, and I bought that. I think it was the Woodland Watercolour book and the Magical Woodland colouring book, like books that I'd been wanting for ages but just hadn't bought because of the price. I just got them. I think I might have been given some money or something like that. Or YouTube pay. Can't remember. Mouse Guard is pure exploitation, the prices they charge. Becky, I'd kind of agree with you there. It's the fact that the book itself, on its own, is, I think, $30? Correct me if I'm wrong. Which is a lot. And then you've got to pay for shipping, and then you can't even pay for shipping to other countries. You've got to pay for a reshipping service. It just increases the price, and it's always going to be expensive, because one, it's hard to access in countries other than the US. Two, it's an expensive book to begin with, so people don't want to sell it for less than what it was. And three, it just like creates this annoying kind of limited edition, like, you're going to miss out FOMO culture. I don't like it. Alright, finish my smoothie. Do have a ton of detailed pics that need to be done from years ago, but my brain just can't do it now, and that's fair enough. Keep reading like Thomas Ave books. Just bought the Croatian versions because the vintage ones were double the price, hopefully no issues. Yeah, the Croatian versions you can still find quite readily available on Etsy, I think. I had that It's Precious feeling about my copy of The Day We Finally Meet, but finally feel like I'm over it. Yeah, I think I would definitely, because it has been the one book since when I discovered it existed, which when I sort of first discovered like Korean books were a thing, I was like, oh, I want this book, can I get it? Oh, it's unavailable. Or was it going to come back in stock? And it never did. Never has. Filled 12 cards. Squares on my bingo card, but still no bingo. Funny. Are you going to put yellow seeds on the strawberries? I did, and I really like the outcome. Yeah, I'm going to use the Languo pens at the end, so I didn't have to worry about avoiding all the lines. I quite like doing that with strawberries. Just colouring them normally as is, and then going in with Languos to get those seeds back in. Buying a book directly from the artist is always going to be more expensive than a published book. It's an economy of scale thing. I also understand and appreciate that, but there are others out there selling them for much less. So I'm not trying to compare artist to artist, but it just makes you think, like, yeah. Again, you buy what you want to buy. If you really like the artist, you really like the work, it's worth it to you. If you're sort of on the fence about it, then it's not worth it to you. And that's fair enough. Like, Mouse Guard was one of those books where I was like, I don't really want this. And then when it came to the Tubeathon, and there was the raffle for Mouse Guard, I was like, I think I could like it. If I won this raffle, I think I would like it. Then I was like, no, actually, no. No, I don't. Why am I doing this? But I still entered it, and I would have entered it regardless because charity. And I would have probably said, oh, pass it on to the next person. But yeah, it's just one of those books, the style is just not for me. And that's okay. Saves a lot of money. Just coloured in Fairy Tale Worlds with my Prismas. And it looks so bad, I feel like quitting the whole hobby. Is it the paper or is it me? It is the paper. Prismas in Fairy Tale Worlds, horrible. At least in my opinion. I'm not a Prismas person though. And people who are Prisma people like them more. But yeah, they just do not layer. You do one layer and it like completely sort of like removes all the tooth of the paper. So they are the one pencil which I'm like, nope, don't like them. I also really didn't like Artex either. Did buy Mouse Guard and G's, it was expensive, never again, fair enough. Here to stay, I got headphones in, no worries Emma. Have you tried to erase anything? Just bought an Alice book, that was PDF format and it was about $20 and I still have to print it. Oh, unpopular opinion time, go for it. Even if you pay a lot for a book, if you consider the amount of time it would take to colour the book, it's still cheap. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I think sort of building on that, because you can get books for cheap, because you can get quality books for cheap, and I'm talking about published ones like Mythographics, fairly cheap for what they are. What about Kirby books? You can get them for £5. I got 3 of my Kirby books for £5 each. And you think about all the pages in there, and if you're using that as your standard of this is what the art is worth compared to the price of the book, and if you think about it, they are line art. It's like pieces of line art. You would never see someone selling prints for that cheap, like in terms of like page. You think of the hours that were put into illustrating this book, and this book, I think actually this book was the most expensive one I bought of Matchstick Mouse. I think it was $9.99. But there's 30 illustrations in there. I can't do maths that quickly. 30p an illustration? Ish, I think. That's insane. And I tell you what, I have a warped expectation of PDFs. I feel like PDFs are really not worth value for money to me when I think about a book I can get that is actually printed, and I think of getting one sort of those single pages on Etsy that are a pound or £2. Sometimes they're like £3 each, and I just think that is not worth it when I can pay 10 times as that for 50 times the amount of artwork. Just for me, it's not worth it. But I agree with what you say, Kunbim. But I think I'm victim to the fact that we have all of these books that are available at a very reasonable price. And if you look at all these other hobbies, it is good value for money. I would say it's still expensive, but yes, some books give years of colouring fun. Yeah, compared to other colouring hobbies, it's cheap. And the fact that you buy a book, you colour in it, and you've still got hours and hours and hours and hours of more fun. Whereas if you have a hobby of, say, going to the cinema, you go to the cinema, you pay your ticket, you can't go back and watch the movie with that same ticket. It's one and done. You go golfing, you pay a premium per month. You go to the gym, you pay for the month. You can't really... Well, those are worse examples, but they're expensive. And once the month's gone, you can't really get that back. You can't pause and come back and still have that waiting for you. Amazon completely underprices their books. Actually, I'd say for what they are, they overprice them and underpay their artists. I think I've seen Morgan O'Brien say that he makes like £2 per book, which is insane, considering, which is why you're seeing Amazon printed books being sold for more and more. And it does make you feel like, why am I paying this much for a book that's bad quality paper when I could get a book with 10 times the quality of paper for half the price? Well, not half the price, but for a similar price. Like, I'm thinking of the Kirby's, I'm thinking of the Johanna Basfords, Mythographics. You think that's such better paper. Why am I paying for Amazon for this crappy paper? And you know, majority of that isn't going to, not even half. I think it's like 20% or something crazy stupid like that. They can do that because of the volume they're selling and the money they make in other ways. Supporting artists, no probs. Someone profiteering, nope. Even going out for a meal costs a lot these days, absolutely. You eat it and it's done. You can't reheat it. Well, I mean, you could, but there's another side to it. I have so many untouched books that I think sometimes I'm like, girl, stop. Yeah. Don't think I can do the math on price versus time spent, but I can figure out value on price versus number of illustrations. That's a really interesting way of thinking about it. Yeah, I look at a Kirby book. There's 70 pages in that. Buy it for £5, maybe £10. You think price per illustration, wow. Price per the number of hours you're putting into that book, wow, that's a good deal. Whereas, say this book, which I bought for a similar price, has half the number of pages, the pages are simpler, they take less time to colour, you think, a little bit less worth it. Even though you enjoy them both, but enjoy them in different ways. But I've always thought that, like, you think about it and you think about the time and effort artists put into these works, and if they were selling these like individually, like, yeah, it'd be charged a lot more. But then on the other hand, then they're not just selling one artwork, they're not just selling one print. It's something that can be bought by hundreds, thousands, millions of people, which that in itself generates the time that they put into the books. It's interesting. It's an interesting topic, interesting discussion. Talk about Amazon selling published books, shouldn't cost £5, yeah. And there's another side to it. Oh no, when we moved in this place, the landlord we have is the hubby's cousin, and his best friend was here. So all my books and said, do you really need this? And they take up too much space. I asked him, do you need all that big? You buy it, and you, my books bring me happiness. Literally. Like, come on. Worry about your own problems. Right, so, going back to this, I have once bought an expensive book. Only once though, actually. I'm not one to buy expensive books, really. I was very close to buying a Karolina Kubikowska book, but then the book that I wanted wasn't available on Etsy anymore. The time that I decided I wanted to buy something from her, she was on a break, and so I was like, let's get something. And then I went onto the site and I was like, oh, Circle of Nature isn't on here. That was the one book I was going to get. And I was kicking myself. And now I think it's just a sign. It's a sign that I don't need it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on it. I've got a few Karolina Kubikowska illustrations in A Colouring Heaven. That will do me. Sometimes I think unavailability of books helps me personally not overbuy things, because sometimes I buy it just because it's there. Whereas if I stop and think about it, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't really miss it. Matchstick Mouse is Amazon printed, yes. $3 for one PDF versus $15 for A Colouring Heaven with 40 or 48 illustrations. No contest. I completely get that, Chris. Yeah. Completely get it. And like, yes, the artists are worth more work, but when you have the option of something that's a lot cheaper and you don't have to worry about printing it yourself and you don't have to worry about the cost of printing or the quality of your own printing, because my printer just does not want to print illustrations nicely at all. Don't know why. Right, next one is trying to learn all the techniques at once. I don't know if I really do that, I'll be honest. I'm someone who's very hesitant to learn new techniques, and I learn new techniques very slowly, very gradually. I just like to colour and enjoy what I'm doing. Another unpopular opinion. I am bored, tired, seen too much of trying 10 different alchemaka techniques in a book. Just colour. Why are you, like, yes, it's fun to challenge, but just for me personally, again, unpopular opinion, I'm done with it all. I don't I don't care enough. I don't want my page to look like a blueprint. I don't want it to look like it's glitching. I just want to colour, and colour how I want to colour. If I want to do a fun lighting technique, fair enough. But I think too much of colouring has become learning techniques rather than just colouring for fun. And that's just my opinion. Some people love the artistic expression and the ability to learn new techniques. But I think a lot of them are just gimmicky. They're the quick TikTokification of colouring, of, oh, look at this fun technique I can do in 10 seconds because I've sped up the video. Yes, no technique for me. Don't let anyone dictate how you colour. Yeah. That's my opinion. It may be very unpopular, but it's my opinion. Amazon is such a complicated thing, because yeah, they rip off artists, but probably for like, for example, buying an RJ book from Amazon versus not buying an RJ book at all. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, I don't drink, don't do drugs, my hobby makes me happy and brings me peace, and Abby said that's all that matters to him. Yeah, as long as you're happy, as long as the people you live with aren't struggling because you're overrunning their life, and that's fine. Love that Colouring Heaven is doing some PDFs now, yeah. Ooh, hello Yolanda, you just splurged on the full Storm's Eye design books on Etsy, feeding my full set syndrome and supporting a fantastic artist. Amazing! And yes, you can finally order from her, because if you didn't know, Storm's Eye Design, who I showed in a recent haul, like a recent showcase of 3 of her books, is now available for EU shipping, because she was initially blocked, like she couldn't sell to EU countries because of Brexit laws and changes and whatnot, but she's now changed it, so if you buy on her Etsy you can get her books if you live in the EU, which is amazing. But ooh, that sent you back a pretty penny, Yolanda, because she's got 8 books, 9 books, and they're £15 each. Spenny. But worth it. Like, it does feel really nice to support someone who is clearly so passionate about what they do as well. The fact that she goes through the entire illustrative process and daily uploads on Instagram is so unique, such a unique quality about her. I'm a bit guilty of that. Started learning watercolour pencils, ink pads and acrylics at the same time. Fair enough. Is Morgan O'Brien doing another book? Yes, Emma. He announced in January that the next book is called Home Sweet Home, and we've kind of heard nothing since. End up using all three on the same page. I don't want my page to look like I got hit by a 10-year-old girl's birthday party and have 15,000 embellishments. So agree, just normal colouring. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. I'm glad I'm not alone. We need to make a video called Truly Unpopular Opinions, like, yeah, things that people might get annoyed at. Hubby is so sweet and he will come out and actually put on the colouring videos on the big T we have, and they are busy in the house. It's cute. He asked me the other day, oh, that's lovely, Tamara. It's so nice when people in your life, like, genuinely care about the things you're interested in and get really into it. It just makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. He was busy and said, I want to watch Jess. I said, does fish need water? I remember you saying that. Like cute and cosy books to really chill out. I just want to colour them very simple with my markers. The only useful thing I learned from those technique videos is how to make something look like a sweater. I mean jumper. Literally. Yeah, there's like... I'm not necessarily on about like techniques for like individual elements, like how to colour a strawberry. I think that's a good technique to learn. But it's the techniques for the entire page, like the glitch effect, the blueprint effect, the neon effect. I don't care. I just want to colour. I just want to colour. They make it look so easy. I suspect professional artists, so trying to emulate leaves... yeah, it does leave you demotivated a bit. Hi Jeanette, welcome. Nothing wrong with flat colouring either, absolutely. Got one using all the supplies on one page, or as I call it, using the entire alphabet. Oh! Normal colouring team here. Just pop it in to say hello. We'll leave you bubbling whilst I make quiche and birthday cakes. Sounds lovely, Jeanette. Only colouring TikTok trend I've tried was the sticker effect. It was fun, but I don't want to go crazy detailed, not me. I like the idea of trying out those fancy techniques, but I think if it actually came down to it, I would just find it stressful. I've never been someone to follow colour-alongs as well, so I think all these technique videos just feel so gimmicky to me. It's like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's how I see it. Just because you can do these crazy techniques on the page doesn't mean you should. I mean, obviously if it brings you joy, do it. But I don't care. For me, I don't care. And that's okay. I choose to not watch those videos, and that's fair enough. I'm not going to go in commenting saying I hate you. No, I'm allowed to have my opinions. I don't need to be rude to people. And if more people in the world have those, you wouldn't have all these haters and trolls about the place. Just colour for therapy, so just colour, yeah. Don't do TikTok at all, me either. I have it just so I can open TikToks, because otherwise it's really annoying. But I don't ever scroll on it. I scroll enough on other sites, I don't need another one. I wind up using all the supplies on one page just because that's how my life goes. This one on Amazon Japan, got some pencils and a few colouring books. Total was 106, shipping was 109. Oof. Yeah. I went to go get... I was very close to getting 3 books. Because Paulina shared with me a flip through of the Fairy Tales book that I shared in my upcoming colouring book releases, if you're curious what I'm on about. It's this fairy tale book which has 11 different fairy tales, 6 pages dedicated to each. It looks amazing. The flip through, I was like obsessed. And then I went to order and I was like, okay, I also want to get the 4 cats and this bunny book that are relatively new. That hadn't been released when I last did my Amazon Japan order. And for 3 books, the total came to, I think it was about £18. And then the shipping was like 28. I think the total came to 45, and I was like, why? I don't mind spending money on the shipping because I understand it. But when I'm paying more on shipping than I am on the books itself, that's when I'm like, I don't want to do this. And I tried like adding one and it still was more expensive than the books in total, so I was just like, alright, forget it. I'm going to wait and see if Pomodoro gets it relatively soon and then see how much it is from there. So I did price out Pomodoro recently and it was slightly cheaper than Amazon Japan, like literally like £2, but hey, £2 saved is £2 saved. And I've been interested to try out Pomodoro anyway. So I heard good things. shipping from Japan is real. Oh, I swear it used to not be as bad. I swear there was a time and books would, like, if you sort of took the whole shipping into account, like the complete total, divided it by the number of books you bought, it came to me £10 to £15, like sort of around the £12 mark. And now it's more like £15 to £18 per book. It's just getting more and more. Because the books themselves are so cheap. It's like £6, £7, £8. But it's the shipping that's insane. And some days, I also find this about myself, some days I'm more bothered by prices than others. Some days I'm like, whatever, it's the price it is, let's just get it. And other days I'm like, that's a lot, I don't want to get it. Is anyone else like that? Where some days the prices seem worse than others? I don't know, might depend on my mood or something. Fuel is expensive, oh yeah. Shipping is just going to increase in price, yep. Storms I design is not possible to get for me because she doesn't ship to Brazil, or hopefully in the future. Never say never, Lucy, because yeah, for quite a few months there she wasn't shipping to the EU and then it changed, so never say never, never. We're back. Alright, so I'm going to say no to trying to learn all the new techniques at once. I get too overwhelmed if I learn too many techniques. I'm like, okay, like a while ago I was like, right, I'm going to try and do some Inktense colouring. Just do that. I'm not going to do something else. I go one at a time, and I've got to like really get used to a technique before I try the next one. Sorry, you've got to head off. Had new moves in physical therapy today and it's kicking my butt. No worries, Dana. You have a good rest and see you soon. Now do it for the social side too. Yeah, the social side is amazing. Amazon US subscribe and save orders save me 15%. They are up 20%. Oh. Frog illustrations in the recent Colouring Heaven, and you can download them if you're interested. Yeah, the Fabulous Frog special, I'm going to be showing that in a haul, which will be up next week. Got my stack of books ready to go. I know you will have said this, but can't scroll back far enough. Are you fighting fit? I'm doing great. Honestly, the most pain I felt was literally during the extraction. That was painful. And the numbing kind of, it didn't hurt, but it was really achy, very tender. Whereas now, no pain. Like I woke up the next day and I was like, I feel fine. Like a little bit achy, but yeah, feel good. Thank you. Right, next one. Always forcing yourself to finish a page you no longer like. I'm going to say no to that one as well. Sometimes I do, yes. Sometimes I force myself to finish a page. I think you'd be lying to yourself if you said you never forced yourself to finish a page you no longer like, because you just want to get it done. In fact, I did that yesterday. I forced myself to finish a page I low-key hated. But it's done, and I don't have to look at it anymore, and that's fine. But I wouldn't say always. If I'm not feeling a page, I will put it away, and I will leave it as a wob, work on the back burner for time to come. So I wouldn't say always, but sometimes, definitely. Nope. Got a gas station around the corner, and it's $4.99 a gallon here. So we're going to go when we have to. If I order from Amazon, I get enough for free shipping as I refuse to pay for Prime. Some books we want to learn techniques to colour this or that, like tree trunks, fur, faces, but some books we want to just let our 5-year-old self, absolutely. Jeanette is a recent Storms I designed Colouring Heaven. It's called Fabulous Frogs. Sometimes I try to force myself to make progress on whips, sure. Maybe once a quarter I'll start the month by working on a few abandoned whips. The new Colouring Heaven School of Witchcraft is nice. Yes, Angela, I want to look at that. I don't think I'll actually have a break tomorrow. My schedule's looking quite full for work. But when I next get to Tesco, I'm going to have a look at it, because the cover looks really nice. But I haven't seen a flip of it yet. But I am interested in it. Done that today. I was finishing while here. I just had to get it out of the way. Yeah. Amazon told us that even paying for Prime, they can't promise they get it in the time we pay for, so I asked them why are we taking our money, knowing if we can't get a promise to get it when we pay for it. Literally tomorrow, I was having back and forth arguments with them recently because it said it would take a week for something to arrive when it should take 1 to 2 days with Prime. And they were like, this is how long it's going to take. And they just did not care. I'm like, but I'm paying for Prime and it should take this long. And the reason it took so long is because it was being printed in bloody France. There's something, I think they're, someone said online that they're relocating the printers in the UK. But why? School of Witchcraft? Yeah. I only force myself for a buddy colour or collaboration. Me too, yeah. Yeah. And even then, sometimes if I start a buddy and I've just lost the inspiration, I say, sorry, I can't do it. Bye-bye. I'm putting the page away. And everyone's always so chill. Like, if anyone ever has a buddy with me and they lose the inspiration, you're fine. Like, absolutely. Just having someone there on the other side, like, to inspire you to start a page is the best part of it. I wanted to experience it for the paper quality alongside the art. Fair enough. Fair enough. But isn't France in your country? No. France is a completely separate country. England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland are in the UK. Sort of done with PDFs lately because of the cost of it, plus good paper and ink, it adds up really fast. I agree, and I just like having books. I really do. I like a book. I find it much more satisfying and I'm much more likely to colour in it if it's a book compared to just a single sheet floating around. Right, next one. Neglecting real life responsibilities for colouring. Yep. 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 Sorry, I need to go do this. Nah, let's colour for a bit first and then I end up forgetting. Need to go do that? Nah, let's colour. Sorry, want to go home? What do you want to do? I want to colour. Absolutely. It's all about the colour. Colouring book descriptions would give number of illustrations instead of pages. I can assume that 96 pages includes a title page and a blank in the book. How many actual pictures are there? Yeah, it would be useful to know, because yeah, 96 pages means nothing for a colouring book. I mean, good way to determine it is if it's a single-sided book, you just half it. Yes, yep. You're alright. No worries, Tamara. Last time I ordered from Amazon, I had it shipped to my aunt's 30 mins from us, so we didn't have to pay the shipping, and it gave me a reason to go see her. Oh, that's alright then. I was going on a first date and my friends told me not to take my colouring and get it. Oh dear. I mean, hey, it's you. And if they're not into it in the first date, at least you know right then and there. That's funny though. Don't take it on the first date. That colouring heaven's going to be mine. Hope it comes to my Michaels. My adult responsibilities won't be quiet enough to let me ignore them. They bothered to say whether it's single or double-sided. Yeah. No, it gives me a reason to get up now. Absolutely, Emma. Completely relate to that. Right, next one is buying more books from an illustrator you have not coloured yet. So, say you've got 3 Morgan O'Brien books, you haven't coloured in any of them, and he comes out with a new one, you still buy it. Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of that. I've been guilty of that a few times. Not so much anymore. I try to not do that. If I haven't coloured in a book by a specific artist, don't get the next new shiny book unless you've given some love to it. But I definitely used to do that, because I'd be like, oh, ooh, new books, let's just get them. trying to think of examples, and one that's coming to my head is Johnson Jin. I got 4 of their books before I'd even, like, I got 2 at a time before I'd even coloured 2 of them, and I was like, right, no more until I've coloured in all of them. Even though there were others that I wanted, I was like, nope, no more. Guilty. Just lost my earphone in my hair. Hi Amanda, welcome. So guilty of that, but I'm stopping that. Yeah. If I love the artist, I'm buying their books whether my collection is coloured or not. Yep, say my 3 Melpomenes. Yeah. I think everyone's been guilty of it at some point or another. Is it maybe you're just starting out and you buy 2 books and then you see a great bargain for the next book, and so you buy that as well, but you haven't managed to colour in the first 2. It's easily done. And again, no shame. No shame. I never coloured her ear, or nose, or tail. Also, where is Worm? Worm is not here. Shouldn't he be having a munch on a strawberry? Come on. I'm guilty of that, collecting more books by an artist before I colour in them, but my excuse is I'm building my collection, and that's a good excuse. But yeah, I think it's hard to not do that. I know some people, like, that is a hard and fast rule for them. They're not allowed to buy new books unless they've coloured in the old books, and good for them. Good for their self-restraint. Got one R.J. Hampson book, I need to colour in it before I buy others. Yeah, not now, as I know what I like. Yeah, when I first started out I was more likely to do it, whereas now I'm like, okay, if I haven't coloured in it, I won't buy another one. Or I'll start with one, I'll actually keep to that for a while. I will say that's only a couple of artists where I've actually kind of kept to that. With mainly Green Ivy and April, I was like, which book do I get? Which books do I get? Do I get like 3 by the same artist? And I was like, just get one. Get your favourite. Colour in it a bunch. If you don't colour in it a bunch, there's something holding you back. And so what's the point of getting 2 more if you haven't coloured in this one? So trying to give that a lot of love before I go buying any others. And I've been happy with that. Makes the decision a lot easier of like, oh, I want to colour in April. There you go, 1 book, let's go. Thinking of doing a wee destash, even though I said I would never destash after what happened the last time. As long as it's not your whole collection again. Yeah, that's the plan, but you never know with me. Absolutely. And I think you do know what you do or don't like, and that's not going to change. Whereas before, you regretted it because you got rid of everything. Because you just fell out of love with colouring. Not that you fell out of love with the specific artist, you fell out of love with colouring. So it's a different kind of destash. And yeah, I'd say do it if it's not bringing you joy. Or something like, I've destashed a bunch of books, but I still have them. So they've just been put in a drawer. And I haven't thought about touching any of them once. And so I know that I'm good to destash them. I recommend doing that. Put it in a drawer, put it away on a shelf that you don't see for 3 months. Do you think about the books? Do you wish, when you see it on other people's channels, oh, I want to grab my book now? If you don't, they're good to go. If you do, pull them back out. Yeah, set in the box for 6 months and see how you feel. Yeah. Great minds, Kimberlyn. Hi, Ali. Welcome, welcome. Lovely to see you. The box of banishment. I've got a drawer of banishment. What is a real-life responsibility? Or hang out with humans, literally. When I first started, I did have that 1 book rule, just because I wanted more variety of artists. But now that I know what I like, I don't really care anymore. Ada, I think that's a really smart way of starting out, and that's what I recommend to everyone starting out. When they're like, what book should I get? I'm like, my one recommendation is get 1 book, max 2 books from an artist, because sometimes it's completely different styles of books that you just like the sound of, and kind of shop around, whereas I did not do that. In fact, let me get my journal and I can show you exactly what I got in my first 6 months of colouring, because it wasn't very broad. And this is roughly in order. So I got Magical Jungle, Johanna Basford. 30 Days of Creativity, Johanna Basford. Worlds of Wonder, Johanna Basford. I think I also, in between that, got the Woodland Wild by Millie Marotta, but I destashed it. Then I got Mein Spaziergang durch die Jahreszeiten, the Seasons book by Rita Berman. Meine Reise durch Europa by Rita Berman. Then I branched out, got Nature Mandalas by Mel Pomeni. World of Flowers, Johanna Basford. It came back to her. Then I got Colour Morphia by Kirby Rosanes and Main Street by Teresa Goodridge. And then I got Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford and Secret Garden by Johanna Basford. Matchstick Mouse Autumn, Morgan O'Brien. Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford. Johanna's Christmas, Johanna Basford. And the final one that year was Enchanted Earth by Mel Pomeni, Chatspan and Kyoto. So in these first 14 books I got, or 15, no, let's say 16, because there's 2 here, there that I destashed since. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 16 books were Johanna Basford. Don't do that. As much as you may love an artist, because I don't love her anymore. I wish I didn't just get Johanna Basford. I wish I'd bought a Maria Troll. I wish I'd bought something else. Yeah, I think I could have got one more Johanna Basford. Just one more. Where was Small Victories? It wasn't out at the time, that's where it was. But honestly, like, don't do that. Because, yes, you may like the artist, yes, you may enjoy the artist, but there's so many more out there. So many more. And you don't know what you like until you buy them. And yes, I coloured in a lot of Johanna Basford when I first started, because I had no other bloody option. That's all I had. I had that, a couple of Rita Bermans, one Morgan O'Brien autumn book, and that was it. There are at least 12 I don't think I will ever colour in, but I'll put in a box in the garage, and if they get wet, I will decide for me. Well, I don't know if I'd do that, because you don't want to get them wet, because someone else could still love them. Put them in a box in the back of a cupboard or somewhere. Just bit the bullet, got a 60 pack of Albert Dürer watercolours and 50 miniatures safari animals and Matchstick Mouse Adventures. Ooh, good choices, Mimi. I think quite a few people have the 60 Albert Dürers, and because they're watercolour pencils, you can blend the colours more easily together than, say, just pencils by themselves. So 60 is a really nice size set. Not that I got the 60, but I have full set syndrome when it comes to pencil sets, that's for sure. For my first 10 years of buying colouring books, I only bought Millie Marotta and Kirby Rosanes. But that doesn't count because I didn't really colour in them. Fair. I bought Johanna Basford, Bennett Klein and Kirby in my first year of colouring the last time. This time I bought Johanna Basford. Didn't learn. You're like, hey, if I started with her before last time, might as well start again this time. When you first start, all you hear about and see are Johanna books. That's just what happens, and you don't know how much is out there. Yeah, definitely true. I was also, and I still am, a big fan of Rachel Henderson, and she is the Johanna Basford lady. I think she's what got me kind of into colouring as a hobby, got me kind of thinking, oh, I want to try this. And Johanna Basford, the reason I started with Johanna Basford is because I found it in a shop. I'd seen it on Amazon one day and I thought about it, and then I saw it in a shop and I was like, well, this is a sign, isn't it? Let's just get it, give it a go. If I don't like it, it's only £5. And yeah, safe to say, I loved it. And I kept getting more and more and more and more. Got Johanna Basford's first, but that was back in 2016. Yeah, and there really wasn't nearly as many artists available back then. Most of my first books were random bargain books and Deborah Muller stuff. Get rid of those when I actually started colouring. Yeah. Used to love Millie Marotta, but can't do her stuff anymore. It all looks like for me. Yeah. I got Millie Marotta because she was also in B&M, and I was like, ooh, I like Woodland Wild the best. I think there was one that was, I think Secrets of the Sea was also there. It was definitely an underwater one. Or Island Life, I don't know what it was. And I was like, well, I don't really like water things. Woodland's definitely more my style. And I got it out a couple times and thought, oh, let's colour it. And then I just didn't know how I wanted to approach it. And then it got to the point where I was like, I think I'm going to have to force myself to colour a page in here. And I was like, what's the point of that? Just get rid of it. Let someone else enjoy it. Rather than trying to force it myself. Because what's the point of that? Don't force yourself to like things that you don't like. I only got them because my son gave me a gift card for my birthday. Don't usually have that kind of money to spend like that. And you know what, Mimi? Treat yourself. It's your birthday. Treat yourself. Nothing wrong with that. And there's a good excuse. I did a whole video on Millie and her books recently. There's more to her than many people think. Yeah, I keep meaning to watch that. I've been bogged down. Well, not bogged down. But I've been watching all the complete pages videos, which I'm almost done with. But then I started watching all the plans videos. My first ones were Coco Wyatt and Maria Troll. I bought 2 at the same time because I wanted to have 2 and someone wanted to join me. Fair enough. Need to get Secrets of the Sea. Love Millie Marotta. Looking forward to getting her new one. Why am I seeing Tales from the Castle Ruins and Halloween as pre-orders on Amazon? Have I gone back in time? Chris, those are the English editions. That's why you're seeing them as pre-orders. So that is the English rather than the Swedish edition. So I think the English edition of Halloween's coming out in August, whereas Tales from the Castle Ruins is coming out pretty soon after the Swedish version, compared to the usual sort of difference between them. I mean, Castle Ruins came out in March and it's due out, I think, in September, the English edition. Johanna was the first, and for that I was always be grateful. Yeah. I wish I had just gone, okay, I'll get Magical Jungle and I'll get Worlds of Wonder. Because those, well, Magical Jungle was the first one I picked up, and then Worlds of Wonder was my favourite book for a long while. I coloured a lot in that book. And then just went from there. And went, oh, okay, let's look at these Rita Bermans. Let's get Rita Berman. And, ooh, Morgan O'Brien. Let's get a Morgan O'Brien. I will be honest, when I first started colouring, Hannah Carson wasn't for me. I found her very, 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 very intimidating. I didn't like the portraits, like just the style wasn't for me. I'll be honest, she still isn't particularly my kind of artist. And I don't love her as much as others. Still love her, still appreciate her. I just don't love my colouring in her as much. I just see other people's and they do such gorgeous jobs and I'm just like, mine's a bit meh. That's okay, I have other artists that I prefer. We're all allowed preferences at the end of the day. Amazon doesn't even have the Swedish one available. Weird. Yeah, usually I can't find the Swedish versions available on my local Amazon either. You can only get them direct from iMusic or Bocus, something like that. Strawberries are getting very bright. Honestly, they are popping. They look good, juicy. Bought the land. This 2-story Barnes & Noble has been on for 20... Racetrack? Okay. I don't own a single Hannah book. Fair enough. The colours are amazing, thank you all. Confess the first books I got were James Sutton ones, but that was before I found the channels and tried to find my style. I mean, it's not a bad confession, Rebecca. That's... like, we'll start somewhere, and we start with what appeals to us, and there's nothing wrong with Jade Summer. They're real artists, and I respect that. Right, we have got very sidetracked off this. It's being very slow. So, buying more books from illustrators you haven't coloured yet. Yes. Okay, next one is hiding the amount of books/supplies you have from your family. I have nothing to hide. I live with my family. How can I hide this when they look into my room and say goodnight to me, or look at me and say hi? I can't hide this. Didn't realise I already had a copy of Millie Marotta's Brilliant Beasts. Start with Matchstick Mouse. Oh, that's a good one to start with. You bought some M&S strawberries recently. OMG, they were to die for. Aldi are selling really big punnets of strawberries at the moment for like $1.69, like crazy cheap. And so we've been a bit obsessed with that. Especially as I can only eat soft fruit at the moment, having my tooth extracted. I'm like, strawberries please. Bought the strawberries this morning, thought of you. Bought the stuff from the store, it wasn't even 5 minutes, and they're now gone. No! How dare you? Nah, I don't hide it, I have nothing to be ashamed of, literally. Can't hide anything from my husband. Besides, he's got a Warhammer addiction, and that's very pricey. Yeah. My mum my parents like to come in and look at my stuff and be like, what is this mess? And I'm like, look in your craft room. Look in Dad's shed, and then come and judge me. Thank you. Goodbye. At least I'm using my stuff. Right, I'm going to grab a language gel pen. I already know I want number 2. It's a good strawberry seed colour. Your husband does Warhammer painting too. There you go. Seems to be quite... doesn't... Helen, Little Hobby Nook, isn't her other half into Warhammer, I feel? Feels like a common hobby for the partner of someone who is into colouring. At least it seems that way to me. Don't like strawberries now. I bet that is an unpopular opinion. I mean, hey, all the more for everyone else. I find it very strange for someone to hate on someone because they don't like something they like, because for me, it's good for me. I get to eat them all, thank you. Well, you don't like strawberry flavoured things. Fair enough. Issue here is Aldi's does not refrigerate all the produce they're supposed to. Doesn't last as long as it should. Oh, we really like Aldi. Aldi fruit and veg is good here in the UK. At least it is in my opinion. Good and cheap. Mum usually wants to watch and scribble as I swatch. No need to hide, exactly. Thing with Warhammer is they have restrictions on entering competitions where your models have to be painted with at least 3 different colours. And he likes to compete, so has to spend ages painting them. Fair enough. What who did I use for the strawberries? I used a pink actually, R160. So it's more of a pinkish tone, but it was a good kind of base for it. And then I shaded it with middle cadmium red and deep scarlet red. That made it really look red and juicy. Hi Sue, welcome in. Lovely to see you. We are colouring this and also going through this, the Colouring Sins Bingo. So yeah, hiding the amount of supplies you have from your family. Oh yeah, no, I don't do that. Planning way too many pages for the month. Moving on. Have you seen my hour-long plans videos? I always plan too much. I think it's impossible to not plan too much. Can anyone in this chat seriously say they don't plan too much in a month? That they I mean, some people do underplan. But I don't believe you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you if you say you've never in your life planned too much for a month. I mean, ideally my plans would be I colour in every single book in my collection, I do every page I want to do, every single month, and that would be lovely, wouldn't it? But there's a thing called time, and it just goes by so fast. Suddenly you're like, right, is it just me, or does like the first, say 10 days of the month seem to go quite slowly, and then the last 20 days just, they're gone. Like, where do they go? I find, like, at the moment I'm like, oh my gosh, we're only on day 5. I feel like I've achieved quite a lot for only day 5. And then suddenly it will be, okay, now it's day 25 and I've still got 34 more pages I want to colour. How did that happen? But it happens. I have a plan, of course, yep. Shadow. Hi Claire, welcome in, lovely to see you. I hope you are doing well and today wasn't too tough for you. I was thinking of you today. 5 pages planned and that's already too much, exactly. I'm only going to manage 6 pages and yet, yeah. Never plan, I'm too much of a mood colourist. Fair enough, Nikki. It's made Xmas and birthdays easier for my family as they know what to get me. Honestly, it's great having a hobby that's easily purchasable for. Because having a hobby which is like really expensive, you're like, well, what can I get you with this? Whereas colouring is so easy. Set of pencils, set of markers, set of shiny things, a book. Beautiful. Easy. Find Aldi's produce. Find it tastes better than other stores. Showed what a package of strawberries looked like. They were red throughout, especially the inside, unlike here in the US. Red on the outside. Oh yeah, sometimes you get white in the middle, don't you? Even my realistic plans are not realistic, yeah. I mean, I was expecting my plans video this month to be really quick, because I had about half the amount of usual plan pages. Still spent 45 minutes. Don't plan, but then I don't have a channel. I go with the flow. Fair enough. Colour tube is a good distraction. Absolutely. Ooh, come on. I have 3 mythographics planned for this month. 1 millipage and 1 Lulu Mayo. I think it's important to overplan because it gives you the opportunity to set what you really want to colour on any given day. Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with having more plans than you're actually physically able to colour, because I see it more as not necessarily plans, but just like these are my ideas of what I want to colour this month. If I colour in all of them, great. I probably won't, but it gives me a smaller selection to pick from rather than my entire collection of 300 plus books having a stack of 30 books to pick from. A lot more manageable. And they're plans for a reason. You don't have to achieve all your plans. It's like the same with goals. Yeah, it's a goal. It's nice to achieve them, but you don't always achieve your goals, and that's okay. They're just a goal. They give you kind of a sense of direction to go in, but you don't have to achieve them. They're not tasks. They're not like objectives. They're goals. Thought you've had your channel longer. Yeah, I've only been just over 2 years. It was 2 years in March that I've been on YouTube. In a way I feel like I've been colouring for longer, but also in a way I feel like I'm still new. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like I've been colouring longer, but I still feel new on YouTube. That's how I feel. I always get them done, but every month I'm doing more. Turning into Jess lol. No shame in that. I'm getting to the stage so I don't know what to colour, so I'm trying to join in with tags. Those definitely help. Like having something to hunt for, even if you don't colour them, is so fun. Like just looking through your collection going, okay, where's a hippo? I'm looking for a hippo. I'm looking for a villain on a page. I'm looking for a pineapple. Just gives you like a hint or a direction of what to find. Just having that prompt, like my Lulu Mayo scavenger hunt. Got so many Lulu Mayo books, so many cute pages, but if I'm specifically looking for a tropical bird, a drink, a lighthouse, then it makes it easier. Like that decision fatigue is taken away from you. I think a lot of us suffer from decision fatigue and colouring, just not knowing what to do. And that's why I love doing buddy colours so much, because having someone to help you make those decisions is so helpful. Overplan and agree with what you just said. Aldi's here have bad refrigeration. We only get canned goods. Fresh produce is a no-go. Fair enough. Ways to get adult colouring books on discount stores. Absolutely. We only get canned goods. Save-A-Lots. Never even heard of Save-A-Lots. I don't make plans. I just colour what I'm drawn to at the time. So that is what I'm doing this month. I've got my plans in terms of like buddies. I only had 3 buddies planned for this month. Project books, which are every month. Group buddies, which I think I'm going to change my approach to group buddies. I was chatting. Who was I chatting with? I think it was Helen. Helen's Heartworks. I think it was her. I might be wrong. But I was chatting with someone and they were saying how they limit themselves to 3 buddy groups a month and kind of rotate through them, and I was like, that's such a good idea. Like pick, say, 3 of the pages I'm feeling most inspired by from the groups that I'm in per month and just focus on those, because at the moment I'm including all of them in my plans, and the group buddies are the first to go. They're the first to get cut, because I think, well, I'm in a big group, it doesn't matter if I don't get these done. I'd rather prioritise individual buddies and project book buddies, which may also be groups, but I categorise them differently in my head. But I what's the word? I think like limiting to 3, maybe 3 to 5 per month, going, I really want to get this one done. Like this month I really want to do the Dragon Spell, the Story of Precious Cats, and the Morphia page. And then the following month I might say, oh, I want to do this Drommenvanger page, and the Leon's Journey, and also Dragon Spell. I also really like that page this month. And just kind of limit a little bit more. Tags are so helpful when we don't know what to colour, absolutely. And it's just fun, flipping through your collection. That's fun, that's a hobby in itself. Little Roulette came at the right time for me. I just decided that I need to work at being careful. Never been more careful than I am in this damn neon orange fish page. What about Cappies? Cappies is my project. I ain't giving up my Cappies, don't you worry. I ain't giving up that one. That's a project, so that's always going to be prioritised. See, I have a difference between projects and groups. A project book may be within a big group, and a group may not be a project. So for me, this is my brain. The way I categorise them is, project books are ones where I set out with the intention of colouring in every month until I finish the book. So that's Capybara Cuties, Matchstick Mouse Adventure, what else do I have? Lost and Found, almost done. Pocket Fairy Tales, those. Group buddies are big groups that I'm in where I want to colour as much as I can, but it's not a priority every month, and I'm not necessarily doing it to finish the book, per se. So that's how I differentiate between groups and projects. It's my plan for August, choose 3. Yes, I was pretty sure it was you that I was talking to, Helen. I was like, trying to remember, I was like, pretty sure it was Helen. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that for next month, Helen. Like, just choose 3 or 4, maybe 4. And be like, I really want to get these done. Anything else, bonus. Unpopular opinion time! Every book does not need to be a buddy group. And I say that as someone who started a buddy group last October, but number now is so many. There's a lot of buddy groups. And I'd love to join them all, but I'm really being picky. I'm being picky in terms of, okay, which are the books that I really, really love? And what are books that myself, I would love to get to more regularly? So I said no more. And then the Leon's Journey group buddy came up, and I was like, well, I was already thinking I wanted to colour in that once per quarter. And even if I don't do it every month, I do it every 3 months. That's once per quarter. So I'll join that one. Like, basically, it's like the groups that I'm in are ones that I was already thinking, like, I want to be getting to these. And I may choose to leave. And some of them I'm kind of just lurking away. But yeah, there's others, like, it's got to be something I feel very passionate about completing or working towards regularly for me to want to join it. Because, yeah, there are too many. Way too many. And there's so many books out there. So many more opportunities for even more buddy groups to be created. Neon Orange was a wild card, honestly. I saw your colouring roulette and I can't be limited to colours like that. I could do a prompt. I can't even really be limited to media. I just do a prompt. And maybe one colour. Like, it's got to include olive green or whatever. I can't be restricted. I don't like it. May I ask, at your Aldi, do you have to pay a quarter to use their carts? We do here, but now the chains they have on their carts to get your money back when you're done. We have to do £1, so we have to put £1 for our trolleys for Aldi and a lot of other supermarkets, but they always give it back. And you can get reusable trolley tokens to also do it. I went to Lidl the other week with a client, and she had £1 in change, and I went to the till to go exchange the pound in change for an actual pound coin, and they were like, oh, here, have a little plastic trolley token. And I was like, perfect, I'm going to reuse this now. He had a whole bucket of them. I've got tons of Johanna's books. When I started in 2014, she was basically all that existed. Early 2014, Kirby was a rarity. Later 2015, Hannah Carson. 2014 was almost no other artist available. Got one mini Marotta, but it wasn't for me. Yeah, fair enough. I'm having problems with the neon orange watercolour. You can use any neon orange product, doesn't have, because it's such a tricky colour. That's a great idea for limiting buddy groups per month, as I've joined so many that it's hard to get them done each month. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Something I didn't even think about. I'm going to try and scribble a felt pen on a palette and lift it with a paintbrush. Good idea, Jeanette. So many buddy groups and I can't say no. I know, it's so hard. I just get excited and I'm like, ooh, I love this book. Let's join it. I like to watch some videos of people colouring mini Marotta books. I've seen some beautiful finished pages, but it's hard to know how to tackle them, for sure. Only join one buddy group. A few more I'll tag if there's a public tag and I feel like it. Yeah. I'm seeing chat about Janet and Millie Marotta, and I'm wondering if people are behind in the chat. I was thinking that too. I was, Lucy, I have a feeling you might be not live. Click at the bottom right of the screen. Does it say minus something? If it does, you're not live. Click on the live. I learnt this from Amy Ward Art recently. Click on the live button there, and it will jump you to live. I'm nearly always up for colouring fish. Yeah, I'm not. Never in my life tried a restricted palette. Limited, yes. Restricted, never. Yeah, I like a limited palette, but I'm also someone that will bring in other colours if I need to. I was surprised to see Erie's Romantic Country, the first one and only 2 at this Barnes & Nobles. Ooh, interesting. Aldi has chains on them to reconnect the carts to get our money back, but now they're shortening the chains and we don't get our money back. How do they not get... What? Because yes, ours has... Like at our Aldi and a lot of supermarkets as well, you'll have one long chain right at the back for the back trolley. And it comes into the hole, the thing pops out. Either it's like a little side compartment that pops out with your pound, or you push it in like this and then it pops out. There's like 2 different designs of it. It doesn't really matter. But it always gives you your money back, and if it doesn't, it's because the trolley's faulty and it's not releasing properly. But the rest of that's only for the first trolley. The rest of the trolleys in the stack, you just plug it into the trolley behind it. So each trolley has like a little plug, and that's what gets your money in and out. Hope that makes sense. But yeah, that's ridiculous that they're not giving you money back. Happily film myself colouring mini if you want to watch. What's the difference between limited and restricted palettes? I would, well, I don't want to speak for Chris, but I'd say limited palettes, say, for example, one of the palettes I have to hand. So this is a limited palette, but it's a limited palette. You can add whatever colours you want. You could add these down here. You could add a grey, you could add a green, you could add another different pink. That's limited, but restricted would be I can only use those 5 colours, nothing else. Not a lighter or a darker shade, not a neutral, not anything. It's got to be these 5 colours. That's restricted. Limited is just, these are my colours. I might add others. At least that's how I see it. I would like that video, Amy. Oh, fun question. What is more tempting to you, Jess? New books or new supplies? New books, 110%. I say I'm not big into supplies. I've definitely got a lot of supplies, but I'm much slower to collect supplies than I was for books. I get much more... If I hear a new book is coming out, I'm more likely to get that immediately than a new supply. I like to wait. Unless it's something like the new 20 polychromos, which I know I'm going to love, and I will be immediately getting those. I tend to not get new supplies immediately. I'd rather wait for other people to test them out rather than me. Right. You know what? That's so weird. Joining too many buddy groups. That I did not mention that, but we've just talked about that, and so that's true. I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. I might be losing my mind. Right, next one. It will finish this... No, not it will. I will finish this page in 50 minutes. Proceeds to spend 3 hours. I don't know about 3 hours. but I'm definitely bad at predicting how long I'm going to spend on a page. Just look at my streams. Go back on any stream and I'll go towards the end, I'll be like, I reckon this will take me another 10 minutes. It takes me another half an hour. But streams are bad judgments because I always find I take double as long to colour a page on stream as I do compared to normal, like just my normal colouring time. You see, I'm using the word restricted to mean that I'm only allowed colours and what can be done with a specific pencil, pressure variation, and other allowed colours. Yeah, basically, same as what I was thinking. Addy refuses to talk to the local news as to why we can't get our money back if we have to pay to use their carts. Savelock doesn't do that, but I'm one who loves to comparison shop and see what's on sale and cheaper we need. Yeah, fair enough. Hopefully it'll change soon. Wait, there are more polychromos coming out? How did I miss this? Hannah, check out the channel Colouring Bliss. She recently did just a quick live stream of I think it was like a art convention thing that she went to, and she showcased the little stand for the new polychromos. But yes, if you Google 20 new polychromos, you'll probably find a picture of something online. But yeah, it looks to be like a lot of pastels, which, the pastel purple especially, especially I am looking forward to. Because polychromos were definitely lacking in their pastel colours. They do darks really well, but pastels, not so much. So I will finish this page in 50 minutes, proceed to spend 3 hours. Not exactly 3 hours, but I'm gonna say yes, because the essence of that is it's about right. Not using your expensive supplies so you don't waste them. I think no for me. I have never been one to buy a more expensive supply and then not use them just because they're expensive. Like, I bought them because I want to use them. And if I want to use them in an Amazon print book, if I want to use them in my fanciest book, I don't care. I'm going to use them. It feels sillier to me to have a supply sitting untouched in your collection, because unlike a book, you can still enjoy a book untouched, but a supply, you can't really enjoy stuff. You can look at them, but you can only spend so long looking at a supply before using them. Like, you are not getting the enjoyment, or you're not getting the reason you bought them for by just looking at them. Whereas a book, you can appreciate the artwork, and that is still like monetary value in that, at least I believe. But for the supplies, you bought them to use them. Use them. For polychromos does mid-tones and darks very well. Definitely agree. With as much time as you spend on your channel, do you get much time to colour, Mimi? Yeah. Have you seen my completed pages? Have you seen the amount I do in 1 month? Yeah, I definitely do. I do put a lot of time in my channel, but I don't at the same time. I'm pretty quick with my editing. And with the filming, what you see, I may cut out 15 minutes max-ish of that video. So I film for an hour or two per video. Like, it depends on the video, but around an hour to 2 hours, which in the grand scheme of things isn't much. I work part-time, so I have all day, 4 days of the week to colour. Very few life responsibilities. So yeah, I have lots of colouring time, which is why I colour lots of pages, but yeah. And then when it comes to editing, I tend to like it doing that when I'm just chilling, or I often edit when I've got downtime at work in between clients, like if it's going to be a particularly long edit. They're there to be used, absolutely. Not colouring right now because my gut doesn't feel good. Oh, that's annoying. Sorry, Brittany. Don't avoid supplies to be precious with them just because I have a favourite pencil and need a reason to deviate from using that. Yeah, I get that, Millie. I think we all have our favourites, and ones that we go back to using time and time again. And it won't be necessarily that you're avoiding another pencil, it's just you prefer something else. That was quite Wiltshire, that. Prefer. Right, next one. Yeah, no, I definitely don't do that. I'm surprised I haven't got a bingo yet. I would have thought I would have filled this whole thing up. I almost never edit. My plans video was one take and use the whole thing. It's me, so I'll keep it like that. Literally the only thing I edit is me moving the book out of frame and moving the next book into frame, so you don't get the creaky deaky of my chair or the slap of the book as I put it next to me. And it allows me to just have a breathe, have a breath in between books. So that's the only bit I really cut out. Everything else is me. Next one, need to have every media under the sun. I'm going to say no for me. Like, it's taken me a long time to build up my collection of various media. Some media I still don't have, like I don't have gel crayons, I don't have like tempera paint sticks, I don't have any oil pastels. So even just saying that, like, I don't have every material under the sun. And it's like I didn't get Neocolours until very recently. I didn't get watercolour pencils until last year. I spend a long time thinking about my supplies. Definitely less likely to buy new supplies than books, as I was just asked. So I'm going to say that one is a no for me. Curious, will the new polychroma colours also come out in the watercolour pencils too? I would imagine so, just because of what Faber-Castell are like as a brand. They're very, like, harmonious with their different sets. So I imagine if it does well in sales, then they will come out with them in the Albert Durers. Don't see why not. It would feel weird if they didn't. It may take a year, a few months. But nothing's been confirmed yet. Ran away for handover, no worries Amanda. Do you film on your phone / iPad like me? I've been wondering whether to get a microphone. Yeah, I do all my filming on my phone. I have thought about upgrading to a camera, but I like that I can film, edit, upload, do everything on my phone. I don't want to have to fanny around exporting something from a camera to my laptop to then edit. I like being on the go, the fact that I can edit in my car in between calls at work. The fact that I can lay in bed and do a bit of editing. I like that. And if I had a camera, that would make things more difficult. And I also thought about getting a microphone, but I was like, do I have complaints on my camera quality? Not really. Not camera quality. Microphone quality? Not really. And if I did have like complaints, like, oh, your sound is terrible, I might be consider it, but I would hate to have to record a video again because the microphone malfunctioned. That's what I'm afraid about. That's what makes me hesitant to get a microphone ever. Because I've heard of people going, well, I've had to re-record this because my microphone failed on me. No. Don't want to have to worry about that. I want to press play and just know that I'm good to go. And it's only if my phone dies, which is very, very rare, that I have issues. What do you use to edit? I use the app VLLO. It's great. I had no complaints. I had the free version for a year and then decided to upgrade to the lifetime premium version. So I stayed with that. I will say, for live streams, this is a webcam. And the only reason I did that was because I did used to use just my phone to do all my live streams on. And it was fine, but it sometimes, like, what's the word? It would, like, skip. It would buffer, not buffer, like, I would kind of go weird. And it was because I used a webcam app on my phone called iRun, something like that. And I would get that connected to OBS on my laptop. And because it's Wi-Fi connected, like, it wouldn't be smooth, whereas this is nice and smooth. There's never any kind of like weird bufferiness going on. So that's why I upgraded to that, and it cost me, I think, 17 quid. No problems. Or forget to turn it on a live stream. Yeah, it sounded so good. Well, that's great. This webcam is good and other people need it. Yeah, I got this because I can plug it directly into my laptop. There's never any kind of feedback, interference, Wi-Fi, struggling over that. So it's just connected straight in. Lovely stuff. Don't be like me. Tried to film a video, my camera was dead. Used my old phone, it was dead. Used my current phone, no storage. I was pulling my hair out. No! Exactly reasons I have. Don't want to mess around with a camera to PC and editing software. Don't want a mic in case it doesn't record. Yeah, nah. It's not worth it, Claire. And also, to save yourself the money on upgrading. Also lovely. Right, that one's also no. Next one. Getting distracted every 5 minutes while colouring. Big, fat, yes. Look at me on live streams. I start chatting and I forget what I'm doing. I'm going to add a bit of shading to the background here. I do have a camera and a microphone and really like it. Camera is connected to a capture card in my computer, no uploading. And yeah, if it works for you, works for you. I like editing on the go. I rarely have my laptop out. The only time I turn on my laptop is when I'm live streaming. That's about as much as I can handle. And I would have done it directly on the YouTube app, but my first ever live stream, and I actually rewatched it back the other day. Well, not the whole thing, but I was like, was it really that bad? And it was. It went, just the sound at one point, it just went all robotic and weird, and the quality wasn't good when I was streaming directly from the YouTube app. So that's why I switched pretty quickly to OBS, and it's a lot easier than you think. You can make it really simple. Like just connect to whatever you're using to stream with, and you're good to go. And then it's just a matter of like picking the live stream that you've scheduled and pressing go live. Easy peasy. Yeah, YouTube Shorts. Bye Jess, off to bed. Thanks for a lovely night. Take care, Emma. Have a lovely sleep. I don't get distracted. I can't stop, which is so weird because I don't get distracted with everything else. I have an ADHD, but I hyper-focus with colouring. I do, and I don't. This was Adele. Add the colours with underscores is where this was from. Add the colours. I will... what is that? Instagram. I've got it up here. Adele. I'll put her name into chat, just so you got the right spelling and whatnot. Where's the @ sign? There it is. @add underscore the underscore colours. Is that correct? Double check. Add underscore the underscore colours. Yeah. There we go. There it is. Yeah, Adele was inspired to create this after the red flags tag, which I do have coming out tomorrow. Yeah, I definitely get distracted whilst colouring. I'll be colouring something, I'll be watching a video, and someone will talk about a Lulu Mayo book, and I'll be like, right, I want to flick through my Lulu Mayo books. Honestly, well, not every 5 minutes, but a lot of 5 minutes. Comparing your finished page's amount to others. Again, I think everyone does that. Like, I know a lot of people watch my videos and they go, I could never colour that much, or wow, this puts my 6 pages to shame. No, it does not. You colour with the time you have. Me, this time a year ago, I was doing 20 pages a month, and then suddenly it ballooned, and I don't really know how or why. I mean, I do. I had more time and energy to colour it. I had a bigger balance, or a bigger difference in the amount of time I had to spend on my hobbies compared to work. And that changed the amount of pages I was able to do because of it. Instead of working for a whole day, I'm working half days, so I can still colour in the evenings on the days that I don't work. Really helps. On the days that I do work, I should say. Right, I think that is done. That is done. But I think it's silly, we shouldn't compare, because everyone has different amounts of time they have available to colouring. Everyone colours differently. Some people just use pencils. Some people just use alcohol markers. It's going to be quicker. Some people do thousands of media. They're going to be slower. It doesn't make you better or worse. It just makes you different. Cakes in quiche and oven. Washing up done. Sit down while they cook. Lovely stuff, Jeanette. When I first started, people said I sounded like crap. I sounded tinny. Others said I sounded just fine and I heard nothing bad. So now I have a webcam, but I use my cell to record my voice and my son edits in my voice from my cell. Yeah, whatever works. Whatever works for you. But I've definitely looked at people like Rachel Henderson, who completes over 100 pages a month, and thought, wow, how does she do that? That's insane. And yeah, I think everyone at some point is compared, and it's not a bad thing. Sometimes you can compare and think, oh, I haven't done as much. But you can still compare and not care about it as well, I think. Because as long as you're enjoying the process, that's all that matters. Refusing to colour a book because it's too pretty. Do I do that? Do I do that? Whilst I'm talking about the rest of these, this one's done. I'm gonna colour Matchstick Mouse for the rest of the pages that I've got here. Here we go. Need to grab my marker. I don't refuse to colour in a book because it's too pretty, apart from one, the Disneyland Paris colouring book, but that's more because I see it as an art book necessarily rather than a book to colour in, and I've kind of always felt like that. But I may be hesitant to colour in a book because it's too pretty, but I wouldn't refuse to colour in it. I want to colour in all of my books. Just went for a bath, fully expecting you to have got a bingo before I got backlog. I'm surprised I haven't got one yet. I really am. Right, YR209 is E47. And I need E020 as well. There we go. So, yeah, I'm going to say no for that one. Saying you colour for relaxation and then getting frustrated by a page. Yes. I also think if you haven't got frustrated by a page at least once, you're lying. That's what I think. I think you're a liar. You may not. But there's always going to be a time where you colour and you accidentally coloured something the wrong colour and you feel frustrated by that. Or the paper just isn't performing the way you thought it was going to, and you get frustrated by that. And yes, majority of the time it is relaxing and it is therapy for me, but it's easy to get frustrated. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Inkhouse looks too fancy to colour. Inkhouse is actually not a colouring book, so I don't blame you there. And I think the artist even kind of loathes the fact that people colour in it. I feel like I read that somewhere, that he doesn't like that people use it as a colouring book, but kind of accepts it now. Slow colouring, but it's the process which slows me down and calms me. Yeah. There are books I want to wait to dive into until my skills get a little better, so maybe yes. That's fair enough, but that's not point blank refusing. You can wait, and it doesn't mean you're never going to colour in it. I think that's different. Was it Colouring Heaven right? Yeah, it was, so you must have given in at one point. Yeah, they took some of the pictures from Inkhouse into Colouring Heaven. Oh, next one. Seeing a book on someone's video and immediately buying it. That's a big fat yes. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna get a bingo unless I get the entire bottom row, because I've got gaps in every vertical row, so, and I've got a gap in the middle, so, but yeah. So many times I've watched someone's video and I've watched, say, 3 pages worth of a flip through and I've gone, right, I'm not watching anymore, I'm immediately buying this and I'll enjoy it myself when it arrives. So many times. I think especially now, like, I know what I like and what I don't like, and I get that feeling within the first few pages of it. Yes, thanks Jess, Paulina and Yolanta. Too bad, Rory Dobner, you put the book out the world, it doesn't belong to you anymore. Also true. Get frustrated when things don't come out the way they are in my head, absolutely. So much instigating in this colouring community. Hey, yeah. Nothing wrong with it, eh? Nothing wrong with it. And I said this on a stream before, I'd argue that it's not our fault that we're influencing people to buy books, it's the illustrator's fault. Why did you have to illustrate such a cute, good book, Morgan? It's your fault. It's your fault for creating such amazing books. That's why I'm getting so many. Of course I'd be on a no-buy if you wouldn't stop releasing such lovely books. How dare you? So I'd argue it's the illustrator's fault, not our faults. I jest. Oh, next one is full set syndrome. And I'm going to say yes to this. It's still your fault, Jess. Alright, whatever. I'll accept that. Full set syndrome. I'm going to say yes, but only for pencils, for pencil sets. I don't have full set syndrome when it comes to book collections. Yolanda, I know you do, and I know you're suffering on a daily basis. But when it comes to books, if I don't like a book from a collection, I ain't buying it. Like with Johanna Basford, I bought all of her books when I first started colouring, but Lost Ocean never appealed to me, so I didn't get it. And I felt fine with that. Having every other book from her and not that one, it's fine for me. If I'm not going to colour in a book and if it's not my theme, I'm just not going to bother buying it. But when it comes to pencils, I need all the colours. If I have just a 72 set, I want the 120. I can't just have the 72. And that's something I've learned about me, something that I accept. And it's okay. Video is just as bad, lol. Yeah, Morgan. Only now I noticed the onion, the mouse is chopping. I know, it's so cute. I was watching this lovely English lady do a haul, and I think she showed an Angela Harding book, Wildlife. Bought it right there before she was done. Love it. For some books, yes. A big yes for pencils and markers. So yeah, I'm going to consider that as yes. Kimberlyn. The next one is enabling others to get more books/supplies. Apparently that's a yes. Apparently it's my fault. That's funny. Yeah. Hey, I think anyone who has a YouTube channel has done enabling, whether they have intentionally done it or unintentionally done it. I think even if you don't have a YouTube channel, you can enable others by just saying, oh, I bought this new book, and someone checks it out and they go, oh, I also like this new book. I'm going to buy it. Boom, enabled. Again, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Just a thing. But yeah, I think if you've got a channel, if you say you don't do that, you're lying. You sit on a throne of lies. I mean, it's impossible to share things on the internet and not enable people, whether you mean to or don't mean to. Even if it's the anti-enable, like, don't get this book because it's horrible and blah blah blah. It's still enabling. Gosh, I wish I had someone I could enable. So I have to take a yes on that one too, and I don't have a YouTube channel. Even an Insta post can be enabling. True, yes. The amount of times before I had my channel that I would see someone had coloured a page on Instagram, I'd be like, what book is this from? I need it. Because sometimes I don't appreciate a book until I see a coloured version of a page. I don't know if anyone else is like that. But I found that with quite a few mythographics, like, for example, Aviary. I saw the flip through of that and I was like, nah, birds, I don't care for it. But when I see, when I started to see people colour in the books, I was like, oh, that's gorgeous. What book is that from? Aviary. Maybe I do need Aviary. So yeah, definitely been enabled on Instagram. Very easy. All they're doing is colouring. And I'm enabled. Whereas now I do feel like I'm more attuned to books and what I like versus don't like. What I will versus won't like. I think that's its arm as well. There we go. Made my job for stressing me enough to buy a bunch of things I don't need. Yeah. Would you consider Happy Mail as enabling? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Right, next one. Saying I'll never be this good after seeing beautiful pages from others. Yeah. Yeah. Because guarantee every person you see and you think, I wish I could be this good, they'll have someone that they see and they think they wish they could be as good as them, and they'll have someone that they see and they wish they could be. It ripples. There's always going to be someone that you would admire more than yourself. Always, always, always. Or there's going to be a way someone's coloured it and you think, I wish I could have done that. I wish I thought of that. Always, always, always. I think it's human nature for us to think that we aren't as good as other people, or we think others are better than us. I mean, I suppose, unless you're a narcissist, I suppose that it's the only time where you think you're better than anyone else. So yeah, unless there's a whole narcissistic colouring society, which I don't think there is, then that's going to be true for everyone, absolutely. Do you see pics of Jess and I tell myself I want to colour like her, and I see pics from so many people and be like, oh, I wish I could colour like that. When I grow up, I want to colour like that. There's always going to be someone. Went for a refund from eBay. Oh. So love, happy mail. I mean, there's nothing quite like it. It's such a kind and generous thing for someone to do. Like, for someone to see something and think, I want to get this. Like, oh, just fills you with joy. And it's so unexpected as well. And so, not necessary, but so appreciated. Absolutely. The next one. Oh my gosh, I've just looked across. I'm getting a bingo, I can tell you that now, guys. In the last line, I'm getting a bingo. Books and supplies scattered everywhere. Right. I'm gonna disconnect my webcam and you are going to see it behind the scenes of my desk. So just a little pan up of what my desk looks like on a daily basis. I am not a clean colourist. And a pan over there. Just wait, it gets worse. Here is what lives next to me and my dumping ground of a bed. Sorry, it's at a weird angle. But no, I don't have books and supplies scattered everywhere. That definitely doesn't apply to me. I am the worst. I really am. But I will say, my book collection, very nice and neat. Oh, I've just reattached you, so I'm not going to change it back. But oh, you can see just about the books in the corner there. That'll do. Jessica C. Bumblebee. Yeah, I'm a big fat mess. My room is just the same. I'm a messy person, and that's a vice. It's a vice I have. If you think I'm all neat and organised, you think wrong. You have not seen my room. It's a state. Always is. Probably always will be. And I've accepted that, so yes. Books and supplies scattered everywhere. So, people ask for colouring space tour, and the reason I don't want to do it is because this is how it looks. It's a state all the time. And I don't want to put a video like that out on the internet. I need my space to be uncluttered and organised. And I wish I was that person. And I'm just not. Is that my last one? Yeah, it is. Right, next one. 10 plus pencil sets. Initially I thought no, and then I started counting and I was like, oh yes. Because I got my big 5. I've got Polychromos, Prismas, Artex, Black Widows, Chroma Flows. But then I've also got Staedtler Design Journey, Brute Fina Squares, Albrecht Dürers, Ink Tents, the Brute Fina Macarons, the Creative Peaks, very cheap set I first got. Is that it? That might be it. So it might be 11. So only just. I don't have thousands of pencil sets. Like, I just prefer to keep small. Oh, I've got Arteza. That's the other one. 12, I think. I might be missing something else. But I think 12, which is a lot fewer than a lot of people, but also a lot more than other people. I'd say I'm somewhere in the middle of what I have. Only you are in your rooms, have it how you want it. Yeah, I like things being easy to access. I do go through periods where I'm like, right, I need to tidy, but they're rare. And I am actually going to be moving my room from here to next door craft room, but we'll see. Oh yes, harmonious, thank you. I couldn't remember if I said it, but I thought it, but I didn't say it. So 13. What constitutes a pencil set? What about specialised pencil sets? I'd say a set you buy separately, and by that I mean the Castle Art Harmonious, Castle Art Pastel Tints. Those are 3 separate sets. But say you bought a 60 set of polychromos and then you also bought a 120 set of polychromos, that's still one set. That's what I would constitute as a pencil set. There's the little Derwents. 13 got the Kalor and the Indra. I heard you say the word peaks and came running, and I asked for why you wanted your peaks tweaked. I was like, what? My son said, Dad, you need your hearing aids bad. I'm like, what? Final one, colouring while eating. I am guilty of this. I know people say it's gross and disgusting, but I will have a little snacky next to me. No shame at all. Sometimes I'll be colouring with an alcohol marker in one hand and I'll be eating an ice cream with another hand. Because I can't just sit and eat my ice cream, I've got to colour as well. I'm like, you don't get to... I don't have full meals though when colouring. It's just snacks. I think full meals is, for me, a step too far. Even lunch I wouldn't have, but yeah. I eat whilst I colour. Life's too short to eat and colour separately. But honestly, I do understand if you are the sort of person that absolutely does not do that, doesn't bring food near your colouring space. Fair enough. Love a snack whilst colouring? Yeah. Always have a snack next to me. There we go. Sometimes I'll have a coffee. Yeah. I have more than 10 pencil sets because I'm addicted to special sets. Fair enough. So in terms of the bingo, I thought, genuinely, when I first saw this on Instagram, I thought I was almost everything. But I've only got 1 bingo. So I'm shocked at that. Quite a few spaces. Some of them could be, if I could have probably said this one was one, always forcing yourself to finish your page you no longer like. I sometimes force myself. But if you're saying always, then yeah. And refusing to colour a book because it's too pretty, I don't refuse, but I might put it off. Sometimes it's the wording. But yeah, the ones that applied to me was going on a no-buy and immediately buying more books / supplies, 100+ books, picking new pages before you finish current ones, buying an expensive colouring book, 30+ euros, no, not that one, neglecting real-life responsibilities for colouring, buying more books from illustrators you have not coloured yet, planning way too many pages for the month, joining way too many buddy groups, I will finish this page in 15 minutes and proceeds to spend 3 hours, getting distracted every 5 minutes whilst colouring, comparing your finished pages' amounts to others, saying you colour for relaxation, then getting frustrated by a page, seeing a book on someone's video and immediately buying it, full set syndrome, enabling others to get more books / supplies, saying I'll never be this good after seeing beautiful pages from others, books and supplies scattered everywhere, 10+ pencil sets, and colouring whilst eating. So there we go. That is that. And that is almost all of this done. I did have the other book out thinking, oh, I might get to 2. But it was a particularly chatty stream, which I always enjoy. Sorry, this pen is on its last life and is a bit But we are almost there. This is the final Matchstick Mouse page in the book. And the reason I decided to go through this whole book and base her was in case the marker runs out. Which did happen to me at about 20 pages in. But halfway through and I was like, dang it. So that did happen. But woohoo, she is now all based in this book. Hi Sunny Soul, happy Friday. I am finishing up now. I will show you. Yeah, just did the Matchstick Mouses here. Didn't colour in her face. I did colour in on some of them because with my old marker, like one half was lighter than the other, so I just decided to colour it in. but with this newer one it is the same. But there we go, that's a page coloured in Matchstick Mouse cookbook. Really enjoyed colouring this and enjoyed going through the Colouring Sins bingo. If you are interested in it, go to Adele at add_the_colours, spelt with a U, and you can find that linked there and play along, cross them out yourself. Yeah, I was inspired by Yolanda, who did it on stream on Sunday, and I was like, yeah. Trying to eat dried fruits is a better alternative to biscuits, but they're high in sugars. They feel better though, the biscuits though. Because yes, they're high in sugars, but they're more natural sugars. So it's better. Anyway, eat what you want. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. I don't know if I'm going to stream on Sunday or not. I think I am. But I will always schedule that morning if I do. And if I don't schedule, I'll put a little post up. I think I'm going to schedule this Sunday. And then I think I might take the following Sunday off. I was thinking of doing a Sunday off soon, but I'm feeling good. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. It's lovely hanging out in another stream with you all. And we had some good chats tonight. I'm going to go over to Jennifer at Told You Wood Colours. Go over there and say I said hi. Told You Wood Colours. Told You Wood Colours. This is when she's not actually live right now. But yeah, go check out Told You Wood Colours. Tell her I sent you, as she has been doing like a 30-minute colouring in Lulu Mayo every day. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you on Sunday, 3 PM UK time. Bye everybody!